Atul, you are on mute.
Oh, thank you, Karthik. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me loud and clear? Just confirm in the chat window. I can see you. Thank you very much for highlighting. I just want to also see the chats are coming. Yes. Hi, Ali Sheikh, Silva, Utsav. Guys, my sessions are usually very, very interactive. I want everyone to be on the keyboard and here. So let me also share my screen and let me know once you can see my screen. The screen is going to the next one and so on. Just put in the chat window. You can hear me loud and clear, please. Okay, great. And we are on. Yes. Preeti, Krishna, Preeti, Parimila. Okay, superb, superb. Okay, so I think just to give one more second for everyone, one or two, like 30 seconds or so for everyone, just to see. And also let me know where you guys tuning it from as well. And let me know, you can see my screen moving, couple of screens. What screen do you see now? What to expect today? I hope that's clear. So we'll not wait anyone for now. So hi everyone. Today's question answer session for last. I'll give you some context behind. First of all, in last couple of weeks, I've been doing lots and lots of sessions all about AI, machine learning, data science, generative AI, agentic AI, data engineering, data analyst, cloud, multi-cloud, on how to get a 250K job or in excess of a dollar 250,000 plus job, even as a beginner, using my three-step proven framework. And I got tons and tons of questions, and whatever I could answer, and it was on and on and on, and I got tons of questions. So probably I thought probably I'll take up. Uh, there were still a lot of questions were unanswered, so I'm going to use this opportunity to answer your question, but also use this to teach something. Also get you some behind the scene of in terms of whatever your question might be. This is the opportunity we'll be having. We'll be answering and asking questions as well. Now, those of you just want to know where you're tuning in from. I'm based in London. UK. My team is some part is guys are in UK, some are in the US, some are majority of team is in India. I come basically from India, so would love to know a little bit more about where you tuning it from. So I can see UK. Sylvia is saying, which part of UK, Sylvia? I would love to know. Tony is from Canada. Uh, Hickston, where is Hickston? T and Tennessee is, I think I'm assuming. Tenny. Guys, everyone put it, come into the chat window and let me know because as I said, I want people, this session to be interactive. Ellie from Canada, Mohammed, UK, New York, San Jose, Shyama, Xavier, UAE. Brilliant. Dubai. I was in Dubai in February. It was a beautiful place. CA is California. Is it right, Shiva? Let me in the chat window. DC is okay. DC is it okay? Yeah, East Dagenham East. Okay, I have no idea about what that place is. So brilliant. Okay, so guys, the whole objective is for the session to be interactive. Ask questions because that's the whole point about question answer. So let me move some of the bits here. In the first half, I'm going to talk about giving you some recap, feedback, and but make sure that you ask this question, this session interactive. Ask question, whatever you might have in your mind, whatever it's whether it's related to a career, why I should be doing. I have this background, whatever background, and also listen because sometimes you learn from others' question as well. So what we're going to cover today is the question or the technology related to what we talk about is AI, which you see on the top, which is consisting of machine learning, generative AI, agentic AI. Said this AI completely sits on top of data. When I said on top of, I mean the AI or machine learning will be reliant completely on data, and that's where the role about like things like data engineer, data architect, data analyst will come into picture. And below that, there is a cloud, which is AWS. There are majority, there are 3, 4 major cloud, but we're going to talk about the two topmost cloud providers, which is AWS and Azure. And then on right hand side, you see combination of all these, which is your operations, which is the machine learning operations, AI operations, data operations, DevOps, uh, which is development operations and questions related to that as well. Now, I just want to know also one more question. How many of you guys are new here and you've attended? I got tons and tons of questions. As I said, my team has already listed the questions, but I want to first take up the questions, those who are live here. So let me know, are you new here? Type N or maybe repeat R. So type word N or R to know how many are new here and how many are repeat here. N new, Tanush is new, Shyam is new. Wow. Andrew is repeat, new. Pallavi is new, Tony is new. Wow. It's a new. Sylvia is new. Oh, It's a much bigger audience than new audience that I thought. Probably good. So I'm a little bit surprised. Repeat, Francis, repeat. Okay, brilliant. So Francis, bring your questions as well, and others cloud training. Brilliant, Tom. And new. So a lot of new members. Brilliant. So I'm going to go slow, but I took other courses. So Siva, you're part of my program. Brilliant. As I said, I'm going to pick up these questions, but I'm going to go repeat. But those who are coming new, if something is not clear, please ask question. I'm going to take these questions at each logical point as well. Now, this is the three-step framework I cover. And I've tried this and by doing my more than 2.5 decades of experience over a period of time, understood there are three main steps that are need to be run. First is the topmost, which is project-based, hands-on driven learning. Whatever stream you do, theory is good, but the main important point is the hands-on lab and the project work where you can show your experience saying that you've actually done it when you go into the interviews. Step number 2 is about resume and LinkedIn. These are two most important things, resume and making sure that resume aligned. Later part, we're going to look at some of the mistakes, some of the things that you might be doing, which you may not be, which may or may not be working. We'll be covering that as well in LinkedIn. And third and final step, this is the whole crux, and this is what we're going to do as well. And now this thing works, and I'm telling you this works because this has been done and tried and tested by Debashish, who's someone like you. A couple of years back, I think he came, I think he started working a year, 1.5 years back, and then he's now recently, I think day before yesterday or just last week only, landed a job as a AI engineer. Now, what I'm more proud of his case is because he came back in July, or I think in December 22, sorry, July 2024, he came. And then by December 2024, he first joined and upgraded himself as a cloud engineer. And then later, he now upgraded himself into AI engineer. So this is something who have gone from early. He used to work as an Oracle database administrator, Oracle in the Oracle background, then went into cloud, and then went into AI machine learning. Similarly, like you have a Devesh, successfully landed a job as solution architect. His SJ, who not only she got a doubled her salary, but her husband got a job as well, and she gone from 86 or 87,000 to 175 or 180,000 dollars in US. This is Shrija, based in Canada. After struggling to find a job in Canada for a long time, landed a job in AI ML in January 2025. So these are the guys who've recently done were exactly like you. So whatever I'm going to talk about here today, it works, but ask me questions how they did it. If you're in a situation like that, ask that questions as well. This is Kennedy here in UK, as he is now working as a senior leadership technical advisor role here in the UK. You have Dinesh, who is working as a technical program manager and just received an offer working on cloud now. How many of you guys are anyone here project manager? I just want to know what is the audience, which I'll be talking about. Anyone project manager, put in the chat window, and also want to know what is your background. So Dinesh, technical program manager. He is Tolu from no IT background to working as in cloud in AWS cloud as is in Canada. This is another Irina in Europe, non-technical background to now supporting cloud as a customer success manager. Meghna with a career gap from career gap of I think 6 or 7 years of career gap, and now here in UK working the British Telecom here in the UK. I can go on and on. Kwame, Winifred, Daniel, Vaishali, Obina, not one, two, three, hundreds and thousands of guys. In fact, when we looked at last 45,000 plus individuals in 2020, end of 2024 itself. And so this thing works, and you're going to see how it like everything as well. So who this session is for? This session is mainly for IT professionals who are ready to up level their career into, as I said, AI, machine learning, data science, generative AI, AI agent, whatever you talk about in the umbrella of AI. Also in terms of data, because as I said, data fuels your machine learning, which in turn fuels your AI models and so on. Also, you need underlying infrastructure. That's where the cloud comes into picture. So someone who's already working to IT and now ready to upskill, or someone who is new to IT and want to enter into IT as well. The salary goal is someone who is maybe earning nothing or maybe very minimal to 60 to 120,000, or someone who is working in less than 120,000 object rates to then earn in the next bracket, which is 120 to 180K or 180 to 250K, 250K plus. I want to ask you, pay attention to here because I'm going to ask you a question, and these are the below domains, which are different job roles that we talk about, which I'll be talking about in a minute. So this is, so I want is next question, as I said, I want this session to be highly, highly interactive. Which domain you want to be, or are, or planning to, or thinking, or already there, or wish to achieve, and then salary you're thinking. So what I'm interested more is what you're aiming towards and what is the right salary. So is it cloud? Is it data? And you can write more than one. So is it cloud? Is it right data? Is it AI? Or is it mainly on ML ops or data ops, DevOps? What is your stream where you want to build your career into? And you can put it more than one as well. Or program manager, Narendra. So I think Narendra, you've recently joined the program, if I'm not wrong. Welcome to the, if you're the same Narendra, I'm not sure if that's the same or not, but Siva, PMP, Francis saying PMP, Shama is saying, I'm cloud security. You're in a beautiful place, Shama, but then don't limit yourself just to cloud security. Now, AI security is coming, data security is coming. I'm assuming when you say cloud, you're already covering data, underlying infrastructure, but AI, machine learning, security, machine, like LM, machine learning models and security and so on. So cloud AI ML, this is data engineers, DevOps, AI program, uh, you're creating. Ajay, why I'm creating fear? Let me know. Do let me know. This is interesting. I want to know why you feel I'm creating fear. I'm not creating fear. I'm trying to avoid you going through where you come in a sudden, and maybe towards the end, I'm going to talk about my story happened with me in back in 2011, 12. I don't want anyone to go through that fear or that pain. But if you're, I'm not here to scare anyone. I'm giving the real thing as well. Okay. Uh, Covering you, okay, cloud data AI. Wow. I come from Oracle background, wondering if this course covers Oracle Agentic Studio. So Siva, we are going to talk about, we have recently introduced Oracle. It was not there yet, Oracle AI. We are introducing, which you might have seen in my email as well. AI agents, ML ops, brilliant, Francis, superb. I'm a cloud engineer covering PMP. We are not covering PMP, we are covering project management for AI. How do you manage AI-based project as well? Okay, so today we are not going to cover, but I'll give you a glimpse of that as well. Solution architect, product owner as well. Brilliant. So this is first. I think I'm getting a mix of this. What I want to know is out of these roles, type if you're in an executive leadership, CIO, CTO, VP. There are tons and tons of guys come in the program. We'll talk about leadership role. If you are management type M, this is I'm talking about like what you wish to become, learn or become, so that I can see and talk in that context. A for architect, if you're becoming solution architect, enterprise architect, data architect, AI architect. E for engineers, a data engineer, like AI engineer and so on. And this is for D for development, and O for operations, which could be DevOps and so on. So just type word EL, and these things will help me to understand what your background is or what you want to become. There are, so there are lots and lots of you guys here. A is architect. Wow, there's a lot many architects. M is for management. D for development. Brilliant. Superb. M for management, but there's a lot of architects. Guys, as I said, I want everyone to tune in here. So, so Amit, Ussa from my team, Sanket, whosoever is here, guys, make sure that you ask questions in the context of the guys who are here, because sometimes people can be shy, and make a note of all these questions that are coming. Okay, Narendra is saying, yes, I'm at same Narendra, joined 2 days back. Looking forward to learning from you. Brilliant, Narendra. We'll have fun, and you will have a lot. Today, I'm going to talk about more question answers, but in the actual program, we're going to go and look and learn a lot more. M as the project manager, program manager, brilliant. I'm already at M. Oh, good. So if you're, but then now things are changing. A for architect, you want to move into architect. I'm already at management, but you want to do technical program manager, technical management, architect, VMware engineer, brilliant. Yes. Okay. Superb. Okay. So these are the things that will help me. A lot of guys are M or A, but I'm going to talk about in the context of other roles as well. Now, why learn? Very, very quickly. AI probably I've already repeated multiple times, but for those who are new, this is going to grow exponentially. This is right now, it's going to be 1.3 trillion market just in AI, generative AI. And then now with agentic AI, things are going all together in different shape. It's like unimaginable. So those who have, if you're not started, I highly recommend you to start that journey on AI, agentic AI as well. And that's where you see hundreds and thousands of jobs, 107,000. If you go search in LinkedIn, just type AI jobs in US, Canada, US, India, Middle East, Singapore, whatever country you're from, you'll see tons and tons of jobs related to that as well. And the jobs are all over the place. If you see leadership roles, senior director, global director positions, this is another one here, uh, cloud senior sales director. So these are job roles related to leadership roles, program manager, project manager job roles. Then there are technical project managers. So those who are doing pure PMP, project management, maybe you want to go into technical project manager, technical program manager, because those you already have a program manager, project manager skills. you go and add yourself into a more technical project management or an architect side role. That way you enhance your salary much higher. You have AI architect role, solution architect role. And something similar when I say about AI, same applicable for data architect, cloud architect, and so on. This is administrator, uh, machine learning operations. How many are my admin friends? Because I started my career as a database administrator, then moved into then moved into security, then moved to cloud administration, cloud architect, and sign as well. Um, okay, I'm going to pick up the questions as well, each logical point. So guys, keep these questions coming. Aniket is, and then please, rather than sending it to just host and panelists, please send it to other members as well, so that they can also pick up, because some guys are sending questions only to, and it's okay if you're shy, don't worry about it. But the question is related to course, do you provide job placement as well? Absolutely. Do you assist job placement? Absolutely. We give, and you will see that a little bit later towards, and we not only help in uh, guiding you, but help you everything that you're going to see in a minute here. Okay, so keep these questions coming. Yeah. Okay, so this is machine learning admin MLOps support AI. Then you have a different another one, which is a developer. Those who are doing hardcore developer, there are lots and lots of job coming into development, which is AI based, LLM, large language model based, and we will see a little bit later. Agentic AI, it could be cloud native development, data development, and so on. Then a lot of guys were asked earlier that, hey, I'm a tester, I'm a QA engineer, and then what should be my career path? So like similar to your development, technical development, or something your software development, people need or companies need testers or QA engineers who can test this AI-based applications, LLM-based applications, underlying data pipelines, machine learning pipelines, AI pipelines. And so making sure that they, from a security point of view, underlying infrastructure point of view, underlying, there are a lot of tools that you'll be seeing. How do you test testing jobs as well? Then there are business analyst jobs, which are a bridge between your business as well as the actual what do you call actual technical team who's going and implementing those solutions, or maybe architect team or on how do you implement those and bridge that gap between the business or stakeholders to actual implementation of AI. So now, typically, if you already have an IT experience, and then if you have with that, if you already also have AI experience, then typically, as per the study done by AWS, they're 47% higher paid compared to non-AI. So it's always advantageous. And I'm telling you based on my own experience, which we'll be talking in a minute later. Now, that is all about AI. But as I said, data, if you look at exponentially, 2,100 zettabytes, and one zettabyte itself is a billion terabytes. We're already on 175 billion terabytes. And it's going to be, if you see now, probably around, probably close to 700, 8 times, 700, 800% exponential growth in the data. It's going to grow. So what do you need? You need someone to manage that data. It could be your data architects, data governance team, data engineers, data. So someone to manage that data part. And why data is important? Because it's a lifeline, it's a bloodline of the models which are being trained on to build your AI systems. So with AI, data is important as well. So this is what you'll be seeing in the project as well. And then as I said, similarly, there are data engineers, data architects, data AI developers, data analyst jobs, hundreds and thousands of jobs that you see. Now, then think of, and then underlying that or sitting on top is or base is the cloud. Because if you see now, think of it as a you need something, a compute, which is nothing but your CPU and processing power, or memory and processing power, CPU and memory, which is going to be taking care of your underlying data, to manage the data, to train the machine learning model, build that AI infrastructure that it needs. It also provides underlying networking, storage, security, entire management layer. So if you look at, if you think of it as a ship where you want a spaceship ship, that actual AI is your spaceship ship, but the fuel inside that is your data. And then underlying the place where it's going to take off is your underlying cloud as well. So um, that is why it's important on cloud point of view. Cloud is again growing exponentially. It was already have seen since, if you've seen from 2007, 8, I started in cloud a little bit late. I started in 2012, 11, but that's growing exponentially since then when I started working, and it's going to grow exponentially as well. And that's why you see 200,000, 180,000, 66,000, the tons and tons of job as well. And but a shift started happening in 2018, 19, where companies are going for more multi-cloud, which means more than one cloud. Gone were the days where you can live with just one cloud. Majority of these companies have now, or pretty much 99% of Fortune 500 companies have more than one cloud. It could be AWS and Azure, or Azure and Google, and so on, or maybe AWS and Google, or Oracle, and so on. So multi-cloud is the way where you connect multiple clouds, some application running on cloud one, another application running on cloud two, maybe active, passive, active, based on the uses, and then underpinned using mutually connected with the data center. This is all giving shape of your AI, machine learning, data science as well, and so on. Now, so am I making sense, guys? This is all. Am I making sense? Do let me know. Put in the chat window so far. Again, I'm setting the scene right now so that you can understand whether it's AI, data, and these jobs will see intermingled as well. And we're going to help you in change this. So just put in the chat window and say yes or no. Okay, so Narinder, for me, so I think Amit, chat window is set only for host panelist, so they can only send it to, not for everyone, but it's okay, guys. Don't worry about it. Put in the chat window, am I making sense or not? I'm going to take a sip of water. I just did my tea, and yeah. Yes. Only 7 yeses. I want a little bit more and say, am I making sense? Paramila is saying, I'm 15 years of IT background, .NET Azure cloud experience, like to upskill in multi-cloud and Agentic AI. Brilliant, Paramila, you're at the right place. I'm as a project manager, brilliant. Yes. I think industry is confused how to make use of AI apart from chatbot and copilot. You are absolutely right, Shama. There are lots and lots of use cases. Not everyone knows about how to use them, but there are tons and tons of companies I know are using and leveraging AI. But it's not in supply chain management. I think tomorrow I'm going to release a video that's in our Facebook group, how these companies are using. So stay tuned. Yes, brilliant. Okay. Guys, am I making sense? Put in the chat window. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so this is what I was talking about, is that now, as I said, there are a lot of jobs, but what kind of a salaries you can expect? And in a salaries, as I said, uh, some of these things, when I initially, when I started, used to read, I never believed that $1 million packages. Um, Anthropic, there are 337,000 with the potential earning of 400,000, 300, 650,000, 275,000. And with if you work with a startup or with a company who's already AI driven company, there are a lot of incentive and a lot of bonuses that companies are offering. And I went to Dubai, as I said, in February, and I met a couple of guys there and who are working on AI based applications or running in companies as well. But I thought probably that might be too far fetched for me, for some of the guys whom I work with. So let's be a little bit more realistic, and this is more realistic. Average salary 300,000 to 60,000, to 257,000, 240,000. These are average salaries, which means there are higher. Of course, there are lower as well. And I'm not expecting that everyone will get that, but this is quite common, especially if you're in Bay Area or US, California region, or you're in Washington or Seattle and those places as well. But these are very, very common salaries if you see now here. And the minute I say that, I see that, oh, it's possible to achieve 250,000 job. A lot of guys say, oh, I don't feel confident even to apply. Forget about if I say, hey, there's a job in 250,000 plus, a lot of guys, and I was one of them, where I used to be very nervous thinking, oh, I don't even used to put my name or my resume as well. So some of you guys say, I'm not even confident. Some guys who are a little bit brave or pride and say, hey, I'm applying, but I'm not getting interview calls. And some of those who are lucky on interview calls and saying, hey, I'm getting interview calls, but I'm not able to clear them. And I want you to tell me, is it one, is it two, is it three, which one, which category, so I can cover accordingly and guide you accordingly as well. And keep these questions coming. My team is putting on that as well. Um, um, Anil, we are going to cover, keep an eye on your email that's coming tomorrow, or in WhatsApp group. If you're part of my WhatsApp group, we just released this open group so that about AI, which Facebook group we're going to come on. So stay tuned on that, Anil. Sunil saying I've done solution architect training with you guys, and I'm really helpful. Thank you very much, Sunil. Means a lot to us. Means a lot to us. Sunil saying I've done AWS solution architect. Thanks for kind gesture. Brilliant. Keep these questions coming. One, Tanu saying one. And thanks for those who are saying brave to not confident. Francis saying, Francis, bring those questions. What is happening with you? That what kind of interviews will be covering that as well. Juan is saying one, one. Guys, I need a little bit more questions and answers because otherwise there's no point in you coming here just listening because it will waste your time. I don't want anyone to. Is it one? Is it two? Is it three? Not enough answers. Yes. I'm not worried. Sunil is saying, I'm not worried about salary. Already earning 250, 200K plus. Need good batch and AI can be up to date. And you, so uh, it's a shame, Amit, we are not able to share with everyone, which is fine. I wanted everyone to see the questions and answers as well, but it's totally fine. Guys, can you see others' question? I doubt. Okay, no worries. It's okay. Um, so I'm getting one. A lot of guys are one, not even confident. Okay. Um, Let me pick up the questions. I'm going to read. Yes, yes, yes. 1 second. I'm going to read out the questions. There's some long questions as well. Can't see others' answers. Tom's, yeah, wish I could, but that's totally fine. Three. Shama is saying three, one, three, two. There are less twos comparatively. Brilliant. No worries. There are mix and match. Okay. So what we do is we take you from not being confident to super confident to apply. And that happens, which I'll explain to you in a minute. We take you from not confident to super confident. And then we go from taking you from no interview call to multiple interview calls week on week and week, which you'll see some of the case studies and users. And then from no job offer to multiple job offers, so you can negotiate and you can talk and you can see what is the right fit. But as I said, always come with a lot of hard work, but smart work. I would say rather than hard work, I must say a lot of smart work. So we take you from confident, no confidence to confident to apply using a project-based learning as well as relevant certifications. These are two important things, relevant certifications. We take you from, and I'll explain you in a minute, but also those who are applying for not getting interview call, you're not doing ATS compliant resume or your LinkedIn is not optimized. And I'll explain you LinkedIn, not just optimizing LinkedIn is not enough. You to project those who are not getting interview calls. How do you outshine your LinkedIn profile? That's what I'm going to cover. And then those who are not able to clear, there's a definitely a lack of in terms of either skill problem or you're not able to handle how to handle the interview, especially in the new era of AI, machine learning, cloud, data science, data engineering, and so on. And then, of course, how do you do the negotiation? Sometime if I'm going for a less salary, even though you're working in AI and you've mentioned that you're working in AI, but have less less salary, that again could be negative. I'll explain you those things in a minute. But majority of time, people say, "Hey, I don't have any experience. How do I write in my resume and experience?" Because companies are asking 5 years, 10 years, 15 years experience. If you are one of them, write down because these are the kind of questions I probably will be talking about. Shalik is saying, I've not tailored my resume and LinkedIn on AI, so all my resume and experience are based on skills before your course. Oh, you're already also part of the course. So Shalik, change will teach about you. Another one someone is saying here, I'm getting tons and tons of questions. Shama is saying twice I went for 6 level interviews and got rejected. Sorry to hear, Shama. That's what I understand you pain. A lot of guys go through. We'll cover that as well. So these are the 3 things which you're going to cover in this class, on today's class as well. So for those who are new, very quickly, who am I? I have close to 2.5 decades of experience. I'm working as a multi-cloud data AI. These are things which it's my bread and butter. It's my this is what I've been doing for last couple of years now. I've gone from earning less than $100 a month to in excess of 900 pounds a day here in the UK, which I'll explain you, which is in excess of $300,000 plus in US dollars if you cover. Some of the clients I've worked, what I'm biggest proud of is I've helped 45,000 plus individuals to learn cloud, DevOps, AI, data, which I'll be talking about. These are some of the clients I've worked across the globe. Here in UK, Royal Bank of Scotland, WorldPay, Scottish government, then HP, Hexaware, and then in US or Europe, companies in Switzerland like ICC, Toyota in Brussels, or there is Atradius in Netherlands, or as in US, Tucson Electric Powers, American Excel, Rimini Street, or as far as Bank of Somalia or Saudi Railways, these 2 jobs were remote. Some of US jobs were remote, but these are actual clients I've worked in, and I've worked a lot of those. Some of the clients which are big clients, I'm not allowed to share the name because I'm working on some of the critical projects which are non-disclosure agreement. I'm not allowed to share the details as well. But this is my second salary back in 2000, I think 2001, 2002. My earning less than $100 a month. Then going from coming here to the UK, first 4 or 5 years were very, very tough. But this is my second contract job after coming to here in UK. 2005, end of 2005, which I'll tell my story a little bit later. 2005, I started as a contracting, and this is my second same contract extended for 2 years, 425 pounds a day, to going to 500, 600, 700 pounds a day here in the UK, 900. And I said, now I'm not allowed. Some of the projects I'm working, I'm signed under an NDA to share those details maybe in a couple of years later. But this is me going. And I never ever believed that is possible. And trust me, some of you guys might be thinking, oh, I was, if you have told me 15, 20 years back that someone can earn this much, uh, I was saying they're bluffing. And that's why I put my screenshots of the actual thing. And some of you guys are already working. So I'm not saying I'm the only one who are doing. I know a lot of my friends, other colleagues are doing. So it's already totally doable. But some of us who are uh, I'm I'm telling this to my own self of 20 years back that it's possible, it's doable if you stay aligned, and then you focus, stay committed, focus based learning, which I'll be talking about later. Now, uh, this was very happy. I was very, very happy to 2017, 18, but money was not a problem for me. What I wanted was a freedom, and that gave me a freedom of where to work. Since 2017, 18, I work remotely. I go probably once in 2 months, 3 months. Majority of time, it's when the start of the project or somewhere meeting. So where to work, I work remotely pretty much most of the time. A lot of guys these days do, but a lot of companies also now are working, asking employees to work, come into the office. So what is given me is if you're good, become best in what you do, you can demand and dictate where you work from. I also dictate when to work. Now, as I said, I decide my times, but of course, I work strongly. As I said, sometimes I work very, very hard. Sometimes I work a couple of days. Sometimes I don't work for an entire week as well. So I decide when to work. I also pick up what to work, what project to work. I only work on projects which are going to take me to the next level or something are most critical so that working on the latest technologies as well. And I also decide who to work. I have 4 clients in parallel. Sometimes I work and sometimes I move on to the new client just to get a hang of it. So I decide why, where, when, what to do. And you should be, if you follow these 3-step framework, you should be able to do it as well, this achieve. Now, this is not, looks like graph all up and down, up and up, but I've done lots and lots of ups and downs as well. There's a lot of downs, there's a lot of overwhelmed, lot of stress. Uh, Gone through that, which I'm going to talk about towards end. If anyone, if you're interested, what are the ups and downs? But my first lesson learned back in 2005. My second lesson learned in 2011, 12. My third in 2019. It was a easy ride, 19-1, but these two were very, very painful exercises for me. And there was all ups and downs on this. So don't take it as all positive. And wish if someone else would have told me, I would have shortened that graph as well. So that's my objective of you don't have to go through the pain which I went through. So I'll talk about my journeys and mistakes a bit later as well. So as I said, I think from not confident to super confident is step number one. Is I just want you to type and tell me step one because I don't want here. Let me know how many of you are super confident, not confident. And this is opportunity where I'm going to take 1 or 2 questions or I'm going to make about mistake as well. Amit or Ustav, do you want to do any questions or we are good for now? Not confident, not confident. One. There's a couple of guys. Step one, not confident. Uh, Amit, are you okay or should we start or I'll continue here? No IT experience. Am I audible, guys? Amit?
Hi, Atul. Yes, sorry, you were audible. There was some internet issue from my end. Please
No.
go ahead. Can you repeat
Okay,
that one
okay.
more time?
I'm saying that should I continue? Should I or should I pick up 1 or 2 questions because I've said tons of questions, or should I continue here?
No, let's continue and then
Okay, no
we'll
worries.
take in 10
Take all the
minutes or
questions.
so. Yeah,
No
yeah.
worries, no worries. So this is step number one is about not confident, and this is where what people do is people do uh, learn, and underestimate and say, I want to become confident, I want to become confident, I want to become confident, but that confidence will come by implementing. Confidence will come by failure, by execution, and so on. But yes, there is a little bit confidence comes by actually doing hands-on and project based. And I'm not going to go deeper into because there's so much to cover in terms of hands-on and project. But I'm going to discuss about the mistake which I did for a long time. And the minute I clicked that mistake, I fixed that, and it was me back. I think for first 10 years, I always thought try to learn everything at once, which means oh, I need to learn everything, then I can apply. So based on my last 15, 20 years, because I work as a I work as a freelancer or contractor, which means every my contract was max is at any given time 6 months or a year long contract, which means every 6 months or a year companies don't fire me, but I need to be up ready to have at least another 20, 30, 40% or 50% hike. So I devised this method of a old method I used to work in that or learn everything, do all the certifications, and then only apply. When I apply, and then I used to get a feedback in terms of, oh, you don't have this, you don't have this. I go back and try to learn everything again after 6, 7 months of studying. And then a lot of time is theoretical knowledge. By the time I should learn, things used to be passed or new things used to come as well, and never used to go to interviews to so. So I decided, and this is I came of actual implementation where I had to do that, where I was preparing for the interviews because after every 6 months or every year, I had to appear for the new or at least find out a new job role because my rates were very very high at the time when I was working on those projects, or at least I used to think like that. So there's a new method which is learning and applying and failing fast. What I mean by that is, hey, you go and prepare something enough so that you pick up a particular job description and you do with the specific job description, learn basics and do a hands-on project-based learning, and then go and appear in the interview. You will go and fail in those interview. Maybe first 5, 6, 10 interviews you'll fail, but by the time sixth, seventh, eighth interview, you will come and realize these are the 7 or 8 things in a particular type of job role. Let's take an example of AI. Take an example of AI architect. Some of you guys were doing architect, or maybe take an AI project manager job role. You go into the interview and look at, first of all, in the job description, what companies are looking for. And then you do some hands-on project-based learning. And these days, it's possible. I'm going to share some of the projects. I'm not done in depth right now. I don't have the material right now but anyone have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer and extend that. So you go and appear, or look at the job description and you go and apply on that. There's a possibility you may get an interview call or you may not get an interview call. If you don't get an interview call, look at why you don't get an interview call, which I'll explain in a minute. What are the process of identifying that? But if you follow the method which I'm going to give you today on this on here, you should start getting interview call as long as you have the good writing skills on writing a resume. Once you start getting interview call, you go and appear the interview, but also prepare for that interview. What an interviewer asks, I'll give you some tips, but those a lot of you guys are inside the program, which will talk about that as well, saying that how you get our help on identifying the interview questions interviewer might ask. But this is where you're going to go and appear interview based, actual implementation based, where you can show to an employer saying that you've done it. And then you fail couple of interviews. By the fifth or sixth interview, you start getting confidence to start to see that yes, you can clear those interviews as well. Am I making sense? Does it make sense as well? And it may not, some of you guys, it may not sit in right now, but if you start doing, you will understand and you realize that's basically an action bring clarity. So what are you going to do? Find out a job, go to the job portal, look at what kind of things they're going to ask in the job, see if you have that knowledge, and if not, do project based, hands-on based implementation. So they are say asking you to build an agentic AI based application. Go and build an AI agent, some application similar to that in that industry. So if it is finance, build a finance based AI based application, deploy that agent or run that agent, and then go into the interview and say, this is what you've done. Interview might ask you questions and you might be able to answer only just one interview question. Then go to the next interview and then see whatever you've not able to answer those questions, take help from someone who you can take a guidance from, implement those, and go to the second interview, go to the third interview, fourth interview, fifth interview, and by the time you you will learn, and trust me, you will learn a much quicker as well. So that's step number one, which is fail fast and then appear. That's how you're going to get confidence. But of course, parallelly learning on a project-based implementation. So that's, as I said, I've not gone. And with that, you do the relevant certifications. That point number one is do hands-on theory, practical, project-based learning as well. Now, am I making sense? Put in the chat window and say, yes, that's, uh, as I said, put in the chat window. Is it making sense for you guys? And those, I'm going to give you some experience in terms of what projects, what you're going to do and implement. How many of you guys have implemented that? Those who are saying, I'm not confident, how many of you guys have trained, done this work, and then or at least attempted, or have any concerns or questions with that? Anyone have any questions? Because this is a point about on. Now, one mistake people do is they focus a lot more on certification. So avoid certification because certification teaches a lot more theoretical. I'm not against certification, but over the certification, go and appear in actual project-based learning or implementation-based learning that you need to do. Makes sense? Yes, yes, yes. Brilliant.
I'll
Okay.
read out few questions, Atul, or some
Yeah.
experiences. Shama is saying, yes, that was my experience. I gave 15 interview to change my career path. Then,
Brilliant.
yeah,
Okay, Shama, I'll love, maybe we'll unmute one or two guys as well. Um, okay.
yes.
Great. So, Shalik, I'm not sure if you're part of the program, but I think only listened to a few lectures, haven't begun my practical session, or even tailored my resume. So, guys, if if you're coming into the program, my always humble request is do the hands-on based, ask the actual implementation, do the project based, prepare your resume as quickly as possible, update it as per the job description, which we'll see some of the tips and mistakes people are doing, and then apply and fail. You will go in an interview, go and come back into the interview and say, these are the questions I was not able to answer, and you will see the gaps. Come back inside the program and ask again as well. These are some of the things which I'm going to cover. Brilliant. Okay, so point number one is as a talking about. Point number two was about weekly interview call, and this is where majority of time people fail here. And on resume and LinkedIn, we're going to talk first about is mistake number one: same resume. You have four of these job descriptions. I'm talking just taking as an AI example, but the same is applicable for data, cloud, whatever things you're building. I am also part of some of the interview panels. I also teach and train in our program. We have a weekly basis interview preparation sessions, and people submit the resume based on the job description, and they see three, four type of different resumes. Sorry, three type of or four type of job descriptions, but same resume, or maybe hardly minor changes. So I can see that was not aligned to. So make sure that your resume is changed or updated as per the job description, especially the first page. Don't lie, don't fake your resume, don't write wrong customer name, write down the same customer name, but you can write down exactly what an employee is asking in the job description as, and then that's where your project-based implementation will come handy. So as long as you can implement, you can show them that you've done the work, or you can do the work which an employee is asking, write it down in my view. So even though you've not actually done the actual real implementation, but you've done the proof of concept, write down in the resume that you have done those examples. And probably if there's any time permit, we'll cover some of the cases as well. So make sure your, especially the first two pages of your resume should be exactly aligned as per the job description. And if you don't know, go and look at and do some project, do the hands-on or project work related to that job description. That's point number one, mistake number one. There's a mistake number two, which is not making your application tracking system compliant resume. How many of you guys are familiar with ATS? Just type word ATS. So I understand, and say how many guys are ATS compliant, familiar with ATS, word ATS, and say yes or no. Are you guys familiar with no? So only one, two. Guys, I need a little bit more engagement. Put in the chat window. No. Okay, I'm a little bit surprised. A lot of guys don't know. Um, yes, anything to check. Yes, there is a Mohammed. There is a thing to check ATS. No. Wow. So there is something called as application tracking system. What happens is when a resume goes or submitted, there are, for one job, there are hundreds of resume goes to the employer. They go through something called as application tracking system that will rate the resume based on the job description and your resume. And based on that, it'll give some points, and those will be then based on those points, it'll be handed over to a human being. So make sure your resume is aligned to the application tracking system, and that, or at least have the good solid points so that it goes into the human being. We talk about these templates, we give you those things as well. And there are There are some paid services, there are some free services, and if you're inside the program, you don't need to worry about anything. We have a GPT which is given to you where you can put or check your resumes if it is compliant or not, or ask my team, our team, to see those resumes it is compliant and build that it is compliant resume as well. Now that's very, very important, so that it at least reaches to the human being. Now, third mistake people do is that don't write relatable skill. They write lots of skills which are not relevant to the job description. And you might be surprised. Some of these things look very, very basic or cliche, but trust me, I've reviewed and we go through lots and lots of resumes. The common mistake is people write, for example, they're going for an architect role and they've done some project management. They write lots and lots of about the PMP certifications, project management, first 2 pages. Even though job is about architect, job is about technical program manager, technical project manager, there's nothing technical about that. Or if job is about a particular AI based, they're still writing a lot of irrelevant things that are not required. So make sure that you remove any unnecessary part in your resume. Next part is not adding a relevant project or relevant things related to that. So for example, this is a job description that comes for Agentic AI job description. You need to write, they're talking about large language models. They're talking about RAG. They're talking about AI-based solutions. They're talking about Docker Kubernetes. They're talking about different things. Make sure that you involve and write down projects related to agentic AI, for example, related to LLMs, related to RAG, related to Docker and Kubernetes. And some of these things you don't know, don't worry about it. Come and speak to the team and say what kind of a project I can do, what kind of a things I can do, so I can write in my resume as a project. So very, very make sure that you check your description thoroughly and write projects like that. For example, again, also specific to industry. If you're doing applying for a legal or some legal firm, maybe do a legal related, law related firm project. If you're applying in a financial industry, maybe financial industry related ones. If you're doing a consulting, then it doesn't matter whether it's law, as long as you have relevant, majority of them finance and healthcare and those kind of experience as well, as long as you have a project based learning. Now, if you're an AI, these days, even finding an AI based person who actually done it and knows is difficult and challenging. So you can get away with some of these things. And that's why staying on the latest thing is important. So adding a relevant project. These are some of the projects which I've given. I'm only highlighted project from right now from here for agentic AI, but same thing is applicable for you go for full AI, which goes much, much deeper, or cloud and so on. So here you can say HR agent employee, or this is a financial advisor agent. This is a legal document. This is for healthcare related e-com. Now, again, don't do a mistake of, oh, I'm going to become first do all the 5 projects, then only I'll apply. Or, hey, I don't feel confident unless I do all 5 of them. You don't need 5 of them. One is enough. Fail fast, go and apply in interview. You will learn a ton of things and then maybe go second one and third one and fourth one. Am I making sense, guys? Put in the chat window, am I making sense? And then say, come back again, yes or no. Uh, how will you transition from DB to AI? I'm going to cover that as a very good question. I've done transition from myself. I was a database administrator back in 2000, 2005. Till 2000, I've transitioned from data, DBA to security to AI to cloud to data architect to now machine learning and then now AI, agentic AI. So on. Yes, yes, yes. Guys, put the chat window and I said, now, fifth mistake, which is nowadays I see, and as we move progress, no follow-up. And what I mean by is you go and apply for the interviews and you don't do a follow-up. So what you need to do is, and this is a tip I'm giving, take it, make sure that you, every time you apply, do a follow-up. How you do follow-up? So let's suppose this is a job here in you identify the recruiter, and this is a job description on LinkedIn, and there you go, majority, if not all, majority, at least 70% of they will have the recruiter's name of the recruiter. What you do, you go to the LinkedIn and find out the name of the person as well as the company. You will definitely get around or you'll find out majority of time, not all, but majority of time. You then go to you can go chat GPT, you can go to perplexity, you can go for Claude, any GPTs, or you as a human to human write down a message and prepare a message about the job description and tell, hey, you applied for that. And you may not get all the time answers, but at least 10, 15, 20% of the guys you will get an engagement response as well. And then follow up via the email or job portal. All the job portal have a follow up. All the job portal have an email. You can find out the email of the person. Please do that as well. This is very, very important. A lot of guys don't do, and that is will set you apart as well. And if you do this, this is what result from Roni, exactly saying, although I've not secured a job, I feel much more confident in my interview skills and help the approach on each opportunity. Now, with the mock interviews and tip, and I'm going to talk about the mock interview in a minute, but tip on improving my resume and my LinkedIn profile, um, that I'm hopeful that if with my continued effort and ongoing support, I'll land a job role soon. Now, this is where going from not confident to super confident. And this is where people, you will start getting confidence when you start implementing, when you start doing the things as well. This is clarity. Now, I'll talk about Joby a little bit later. Joby, again from Australia, Southern Australia, will be talking about his case a little bit later. I'll remind me, Amit, about Joby case as well. Hughes Spatial, we'll be talking about in a minute. Now, that's only one about the resume. A lot of guys uh, overlook LinkedIn. I always, and if I'm a recruiter or I'm a good, if your resume is so good, I'm going to go and look at your LinkedIn. So make sure that you optimize your LinkedIn. The 13-point checklist we give, 3 or 4 are very, very important, which is summary, headline. These are important. This will give you, when employers or recruiters are searching you, these headline will, with the summary, these things will help a lot. Now, again, sounds small, but looking at this, I'm looking at this screenshot here and look at your LinkedIn profile. I immediately think, oh, this guy is certified data analyst or as your data engineer. Looks, if I'm looking for searching for data engineer, data analyst, this will become handy. So this is just a one tip. I have tons of them on headline. I'm going to go fast because of time, but because I want to take some questions as well. So headline, uh, write down something which is important, relevant, on what you do, what kind of things you want to go into, not only what you have done, but what kind of things you want to achieve or get into. About hook, which is very, very attention grabbing as well. Good call to action. Write down your experience clearly. Skills and endorsement will teach you how to get an endorsement. I'll cover that point as well on how to get endorsement. Now, in fact, we give you entire LinkedIn profile review. How do you review, and a session about that. This is I was talking about Debashish. I think I mentioned at the start. He moved from uh, he was working in Oracle as a database administrator to then going into uh, Microsoft Azure Cloud first and now AI. And if you look at his LinkedIn, I think probably it's not zoomed. Maybe watch the recording and zoom it. Here you will see his LinkedIn profile looks Azure Cloud and Oracle Cloud. And with this itself, I think he might have updated up, taken an old screenshot, but now he's added AI related things as well. So this is an example of LinkedIn profile review. If you follow what I'm asking you, lots of recruiters will start reaching out to you. This is Michael and saying, I did my homework, updated my LinkedIn profile. And as soon as I did that, lots of jobs or email job prospect. Another one here, here for US, this is Prasad and saying, got a call from great companies after changing my LinkedIn and resume. TCS and other companies are offering 250K plus jobs. So these are recruiters, employers. The way you are struggling to find a job, companies struggle to find a good resources. It's both the ways. So so they also need good guys, and that's where unless you tell them how a good look like, they will not know. So you need to tell them, they will start reaching out. Companies will start reaching out to you as well. Am I making sense, guys? So far, just put in the chat window. Is it making sense? Yes, yes, yes. Great. Still, messages are going only for the host and panelist. I'm not sure, but it's okay. Don't worry. Uh, I just want one more message. Someone tell me that whether it's going to host. Yes, okay, brilliant. They're still going. That's totally fine. Don't worry about it. So apologies, you're not able to see maybe the settings on. You're not able to see others, which is totally fine. Now, this is where second thing is build authority. Very,
Atul,
very
there is
important.
a option to send it to everyone.
Okay, no worries. Don't
There's an
worry. Don't
option to
worry.
send it to everyone. Yeah, okay.
Okay, don't worry. Don't worry then. Maybe they're sending it to their some guys, people are shy, but it's totally fine. So build authority. Second point is about build authority. Very, very important. When I say build authority is whatever we say, whatever you do, you're working, make sure you write your LinkedIn as on LinkedIn as a content as an authority. First of all, whatever you're learning on the day, write down, but write down in a manner so that it doesn't look like you are learning this. It should look like an authority. It should look like an, this is an example we do about Adi. He's part of the program as well. So we have a billing. First thing we do is we set up your account and everything so that you can practice. In that we say, how do you set up your billing, alert, alarm so that you don't overcharge on things. So here's an example. We teach about how do you write your LinkedIn related to each lab, each project. so that it'll build an authority. So he's writing like today, one of my client reached out to me. They had a billing challenges. They got an email from AWS stating that they have to pay certain amount of bill. When they evaluated end of the month bill, they discovered that the bill was a lot of services. They were actually not even using it. And so write down what you did to help the client with this. Now assume a employer or a recruiter is hiring for a cloud engineer who is looking at a FinOps thing or billing. They have a billing issues, or they have something, or at least the person have not. They are not having even billing issue. They might look at your LinkedIn and they see someone has done it 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 1 year back. These kind of a content immediately it gives you an authority action. I wrote a book in 2009 in security that made me big authority on that. So I'm not asking you to, I'm not saying to write a book. It's very painful. It's a lot of effort. At least you can write down one post every week on your LinkedIn. Write down, and trust me, employers will start reaching out to you. So build an authority on LinkedIn. We give weekly resume clinic. We give LinkedIn clinic where we go and teach and talk about you on how to do that as well. This is Amol again. I wanted to express my gratitude that updating my resume and preparing for interview questions tailored to the job description, um, that it has boosted my confidence in my job search process. It made me feel well prepared, refining experience to align with my potential roles. I'm more enthusiastic, optimistic. My profile is currently shortlisted in 2 organizations, and I'm proud got a job eventually based in India. So another one here. Oh, this is now just let me know in the chat window if you follow. Let's suppose you have assumed you have already done project-based hands-on learning. You've built your resume and updating your resume as per the job description, and you have a LinkedIn which is aligned. If you do all three of these things, would you get an interview call or not? Put in the chat window yes or no. Very well. Put in the chat window yes or no. Put it in window yes. Just one, two, three. Yes, guys. Important. Yes, yes. Now, anyone, this is what gives you confidence. This is important. This is where this is, and trust me, it works. And you might think or see a lot of work sounds like, but trust me, it gives you a result, and it help you to going to 200, 250, 300, 400 guys. And I know left, right, center people are earning lots of money with these skills as well. So yes, uh, brilliant. So with that, final point is about like no job offer to multiple job offer, and this is where I was used to suck earlier, where and I was lucky earlier where I was worked on skills which are very easy to enter. Okay, now this is happening with AI. Other skills might be tough, but with AI, finding a person who knows how done some hands-on lab is itself is difficult and challenging. I got my first break in 2002, 2003 because I was working on Oracle e-business suite. Maybe I'll tell a bit later on this part, but this is what is happening with AI these days. Finding AI cloud, uh, those kind of skills are very challenging for employers. So if you're better than a little bit better than others, you can clear. But for mock interviews, you have to go and do mock interviews, and this is where scenario-based questions on actual implementation-based questions. You put yourself into situation, they will put you in situation, how you've done or handled those situations. You should be familiar with that. Troubleshooting related questions, how you implement it. So for example, depending on if you're a project manager, run me with what entire your AI project, what are the kind of things you used to do or have done. What are the challenges you encountered in this project? If you're working on AI, for example, agentic AI, how do you handle the security of that? What are the common architectural patterns you have used? Depending on the role you're doing, you probably need to be ready with those questions. In fact, we run you multiple mocks, and based on the job description. Now, these interviews don't do just for the sake of, do actual based on the job description will tell you what kind of interview questions you can expect. So there's a STAR method, which is a situation where we talk about is situation, how do you handle that situation, task. I'm not going to go in detail, but make sure that majority of these interviews, especially on um, big companies, they follow this method, STAR method. So you go on how you handle those interviews on very important. And so we give you multiple mock interviews, prep sessions on. So if you see now, maybe every weekday, weekend, we have depending on the time zone as well. We give you multiple mock interviews, multiple interview preparation sessions, multiple resumes. This is in addition to technical live interactive sessions that you learn and so on. So just to wrap it up and bring it together is how you do learn quickly. Of course, you need to have some basics. So as long as your basics are clear, maybe in a couple of weeks, you have idea about how that whatever the skills you're learning, AI or data or cloud or multi-cloud and so on, you pick up a identify what kind of a job you want to go and look at the job portal and say what kind of a jobs are coming and start preparing for those jobs, and then fail fast, go for iterative interviews while you're parallelly learning in hands-on project-based learning. This is how I've done it. This is how all my successful students do it. And then you can become an expert on the job. You can get paid to learn all these things. This is what I've done, and this is how you get hired. So this is what I was talking about is Shrija. I was joined in Keaton Academy on August 2024 with a lot of dilemma and uncertainty. I was transitioning from DevOps to AIML and completely unknown field to me. I have no idea how to overcome the challenge. And as I said, 99% guys have no clue how to do that. That's why they come for our help. Keaton Academy's technical team, structured classes, and hands-on practical sessions helped me tremendously. Mentorship program is top-notch, guided me every step with the support. I started marketing my profile. This is very, very key. Now, these things, as I said, success leaves clues. That's what I've learned from my mentors, and I've followed that as well. So listen to someone who's already done it before you. In this case, I started marketing my profile by last week of September, focusing my resume building, LinkedIn profile customization, and sharing insight into AI machine learning tool concept and practical work. These are the ones will set you apart, not actually just doing or actually doing the certification. Again, don't get me wrong, I've done the certifications well, they look good and nice, but actual journey is in the interviews that happens. These strategies suggested by Keaton Academy played a huge role in attracting recruiters. Very, very important. If you're looking for transition to AI/ML or any new technology, just follow structured approach. So this is another one here. Najib received the offer letter in less than 3 months. I'm not saying no need to rush. I'm not saying that you need a job in 3 months. It's possible, it's doable. I joined in June and received my offer letter in September, late September. This is on Touch Pilot Najib Hassan. Fayong, less than a month. I'm not, again, as I said, Joby, Fayong, there's a couple of exceptionals that I'm not promising, and none of these I'm promising. This is just to show you someone like you have done it. You can do as well. I'm totally new to Azure and wanted to change care to cloud. Program is great. This is again some of these things. Again, these things will come again and again. Labs, projects to show on resume, CV, feedback, mock interview sessions are useful. I received the offer in less than 1 month. Eunice, I attended 3 mock interviews, companies interview. First interview was flop. Second and third interview went well. I'm expecting offer letters soon, both the companies. Again, first was flop and it will happen. I'm saying go with first 10 will be flop. It's totally okay. Do it. It's okay. You'll fail. But by 8th, ninth, you'll start getting the confidence. So let me know if you do the mock interviews, if you do multiple mock interviews and go back and come back when you fail in the interview, come back and say how you'd have done it, and then go back to the next interview with that preparation. Will it increase your chances? Yes or no? Just put in the chat window, yes or no, while I take a sip of water. It's very, very important. I did my Reddit OpenShift. There was someone question. My chat is moving now fast. Um, okay. I'll pick up these questions. Amit, pick up these questions. Yes, 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 yes. Brilliant. Brilliant. Now I said, now your journey doesn't stop there. This is actual beginning. And I say always, and this is what made my own pain. As I said, back in, I was working as an Oracle DBA back in India, came to here in UK, worked for Imperial College. And then what was that I transitioned to from there to as a security architect, which we'll talk about in a minute. That time, I got a job after a lot of effort and hard work. It was not easy, trust me. But once I got a job, and I had no idea about how to do that job. And that's when I needed a support. I needed someone to answer my questions quickly because I'm in a job as well. And so I paid tons and tons of money to someone in who was already doing that. And then same thing when I transitioned to cloud, I did that same thing. So now I have a pool of around 200 plus freelancers. We have around 80 plus full-time employees, but then I also have 200 plus freelancers or contractors whom I can reach out to anytime. And the same pool of freelancers, contractors you have access to anytime you need help, you get once you get a job. And as I said, trust me, on all these things, contrary to what you might think, getting a job is easy. retaining, sustaining, and doing good job on that job is much more difficult. If you do the good job there in retaining that, you'll go very, very far. So we don't stop. As I said, my journey begins, we go extra mile. You get a full 1 year on job support as well. On that's very, very premium as well. So this is where Srinivas, and that I really got confidence about. He's managing a team of 30 guys. So not only he has to do his job, but he has to also support his team members. And that's where the support comes into handy, where you say that, okay, how do I do this job? How do I do that job as well? So I'm leading a team of 30 members to do managing the change as well. So you get, as I said, is not only you get a job, but also support on that job is very, very critical and handy as well. And with that, um, I'm opening up a spot for 15 my seats, because I said is we get lots and lots of one-on-one support. So we have limited seats. We only recite like we give 1 year on-job support as well. So we free up some seats and we invite new members as well. So any of you would like to work on, I will take probably quick 10-15 minutes to just tell about what this program is, and I'll be taking the questions as well. And I'll pick up all the questions and tons and tons of questions that not only today, but also being asked in the past as well. Is it okay? Put in the chat window. Is it okay if I make and present that offer just probably quickly within 10 minutes or so, or 5 minutes? And if not, we'll skip this part and you can ask questions as well if no one is interested um, on this. Amit, you can take the questions as well.
Great. Okay. People are, but Atul, people want to you to share that program because a lot of people are saying I'm interested. Yes, yes.
Okay,
So
okay,
can
okay.
you
Okay,
share
okay,
that
good.
first so that we can take
Sure,
the
sure, sure,
questions
sure.
later?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I can see people are messaging. Yes, yes, yes. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So, guys, let me talk about the program and offer. And then said is, so we have 3 tracks, as I said at the start. So we have 3 track. The track number 1 is on the top. You see AI, and this is we cover everything, and you can think of in AI. Nothing is being left. AI, everything about AI, machine learning, data science, generative AI, agentic AI. They can think of it's being covered here. So everything right from Python to AI for project manager, program managers, RAG, which is a retrieval augment generation, LangChain, LangGraph, which is a libraries or framework for AI-based application, especially in agentic AI, LangChain, LangGraph. There's another thing which is missing here, LangFuse and LangSmith. Those are management observability management tools, machine learning, deep learning, the whole libraries and frameworks, agentic AI, machine learning operations, which is a beast in itself, and then prompt engineering, whatever you can think of related to, as long as it is the word AI, project manager, program manager, architects, leadership roles, developers, administrators, um, DevOps, which is now MLOps, everything on not only for open source, not only from a common open source, but also on top of AWS and Azure cloud, which is a topmost cloud. Uh, in AWS, we cover everything related to AI machine learning, which is SageMaker, also Bedrock and Amazon Q. These are 3 services, but also predefined, pre-managed services on related to AI on AWS. We also cover 3 certifications, which is machine learning, or 4 certifications, in fact, AI practitioner, machine learning specialist, machine learning associate, those certifications related to AWS. Similarly, in Microsoft Azure, we cover everything about AI Foundry, OpenAI services they have, which is now bundled into AI Foundry, and then Machine Learning Studio, AI Machine Learning Studio, and everything around that is required to run and deploy. We also cover AI fundamentals, AI engineer, data scientist, Microsoft Certified Data Scientist, the certification AI track. On top of that, we also cover everything related to MLOps, which is Kubeflow, MLflow, DAXUp, a lot of other things that you see. So everything that you can think of, whatever the domain is, covered, both from a development, non-development. So we begin with those who are programmers or want to go deeper into coding and programming. We cover Python for AI, machine learning, generative AI, agentic AI. We cover all the type of skitlearn, pandas, matplotlib, whatever you can think of for machine learning, agentic AI based applications. Those who want to go deeper, those who are, a lot of guys come and say, hey, I'm not a developer, I don't want to do coding. For architect friends, for my leadership friends, for my project manager friends, more my administrator friends, I would highly recommend you to don't learn coding programming as such, but learn enough so you can talk with your developers, so that you can talk with the guys and discuss what are the libraries, frameworks which you're talking. So know enough. So we'll cover Python. For those who are not a developer, programmer, coder, you can do low code, no code. We'll be covering those low code tool as well. Crew AI, a little bit of make workflow engines, and so on. We'll be covering as well. Also, we'll be covering, as I said, LangChain, LangGraph, LangSmith, and so on. Crew AI. We're also covering Bedrock, how to build agents on Bedrock on and Microsoft Azure. Recently, someone asked about Oracle. We have also introduced Oracle. Big congratulations for those from an Oracle background. My friends, Oracle was my bread and butter back in the days. We've introduced Oracle AI. We're also adding a little bit on from Google AI as well. That's in the pipeline. Those who join now, they get for entire 1 year free update. So you'll be getting those as well. Now, we also cover the common LLMs on how to leverage the LLMs, OpenAI, Hugging Face, Claude, Gemini, Llama 3. If you're using something in your project, bring that, we'll be covering, and we can create some labs and projects for you as well. We also cover project engineering, sorry, prompt engineering, zero shot, one shot, chain of thought, tree of thoughts, few shots, all those things which will be helping in your generative AI, agentic AI, AI-based, LLM-based applications. We'll also cover entire agentic AI mastery, things like LLMs, generative AI, prompt, deep learning, machine learning basics, LangChain, LangGraph, LangSmith, architectures, how do you build, how do the multi uh, uh, agent as well, make crew AI, and then building more advanced agents, multi-agent, agentic RAG, and then LangChain and so on. Also LangChain, LangFuth, and management, operating security, deployment, all those things. So everything that you need to know about this, we cover that, including the projects. These are the projects which we cover. Then for my administrator, my MLOps friends who are going to manage these machine learning models, AI models, agentic AI models, we cover MLflow, Kubeflow, GitHub Actions, PyCaret. We also cover DAXUp, evidently all these containers and Kubernetes to deploy these machine learning studio and so on. So these are the hands-on lab just for ML ops mastery, which is for doing day-to-day operations of machine learning. And we do on both AWS, Azure, and open source, all those things. So things like MLflow, Kubeflow, or data versioning tool like you have on GitHub, something similar on, but not only using the data, sorry, the code, but data with the code and the training model which is used, that tool as well, and everything on end-to-end that you see about. We also cover all the machine learning operations projects. So you can write in resume what all projects you have done end-to-end machine learning deployment and model. We cover MLOps on AWS and Azure as well, because these two cloud providers come with their own machine learning tools as well. So if you, those who don't want to use Kubeflow or MLflow and Kubeflow, you can use these tools as well on AWS and Azure cloud. We'll talk about that. You also have Bedrock in AWS, which I mentioned. This is for generative AI and agentic AI based applications. This service on Bedrock, which comes on AWS. SageMaker, more for more advanced machine learning, deep learning, more advanced machine learning models. There's Amazon Q, which is missed from here, which is also covered. There's a machine learning pipelines on using SageMaker as a tool, but you do the way you do CI/CD in here, CI/CD and CD training, continuous integration, continuous training, continuous deployment that you cover. And we cover certifications, foundation certification in AI practitioner, ML associate, and ML specialist, all three certifications which are related to AI and machine learning on AWS cloud. And of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of guys, we give you exam questions, sample exam questions. We give you what to expect, domain wise, everything is broken down pieces and pieces for you. So you don't, we have done all the heavy lifting for you. And we have, as I said, tons and tons of guys who have got cleared the certification. AWS AI, Francis have done the certifications. Another one, Shikhar, working as a program director management. So you learn and implement guys like them. Rudvish, certified in just 1 month. These are his part of early adopter back in, I think, September, October 2024. So we cover all these certifications. We have tons of guys. I've not written here because of the time. Then you cover entire AI Foundry, which is where you cover, this is a service which is a AI platform on Microsoft Azure cloud or Microsoft development, AI development platform, or machine learning, more AI, generative AI as well. So we cover everything about AI Foundry, all the services in integration with um, development tools, as well as the cloud tools, governance and management as well. We also cover machine learning studio for more advanced machine learning deployment. Um, we also cover entire machine learning pipeline. Because of the time, I'm not going, but you're actually picking up. And those who want to go deeper into machine learning, we cover entire machine learning pipeline built from start all the way till end. And then we cover certification like AI Foundation, AI Engineer, and Microsoft Certified Data Scientist, which is DP 100, AI 102, all AI machine learning certifications. Again, you give all the sample exam questions. You don't need to do anything. It's all covered inside the program. Tons and tons of guys who got certified, AI 900, uh, AI 102, DP 100, all these certifications, tons and tons of guys who've got this certification as well. Am I making sense, guys? So we doesn't stop here. This is just a beginning. This is overall we cover. You cover with AI and machine learning for generative AI for beginners. So this is a whole program. AI machine learning, job oriented, focus is about job. Certifications are bonus, and we'll give you that bonus as well. So we begin with AI machine learning for generative AI. We also give you Python for, but Python for AI machine learning engineers. Cloud, because underlying everything will be will be building these services on on running, deploying. So we cover cloud for beginners. We also cover AWS and Azure, because these are the two underlying cloud providers we'll be picking. We're also covering AI practitioner, which is a AI foundation certification, AI fundamental generative AI on AWS and Azure, which is Bedrock Q, and Azure AI Foundry. Machine learning associate, machine learning specialist. But we don't teach just from theory point of view. We map it to the job and say how you're going to do this job, because so that you clear the certification, but the most important is you do the hands-on. So each of these will come with the hands-on. We cover AI engineer, AI 102, MLOps mastery, Agentic AI, but this is more important. If you see now, 20 plus real-time project, and I think we have gone more than 20 now. I write 20 because I don't want you to overwhelm. You can pick and choose based on your experience and your expertise and the job type of job you're doing. Also, this is which one is priceless is bring your own project. Why we encourage everyone to bring their project is so that we learn on that project, and then we incorporate those projects. Most of these projects that you see are going to be in actually coming from actual implementation. People are asking, they're implementing on the job, and we are incorporating and giving that, building more generic version of that. Also, we give you AI for project manager, program manager. A lot of guys come on a leadership program managers. So we teach and give you whole entire project plan. So you can show in your resume or actually in interviews how you manage the AI project, which teach you about as well. And then containers and Kubernetes, which I'm going to give you only for limited time. This is where entire containers and Kubernetes, which is, if you're new, this is uh, this is lots of, this made me a lot of money back in 2000, since 2014 15. 16 is when I started seeing 16 real containers and Kubernetes. Till recently, till now, a lot of companies implement containers and Kubernetes on cloud, which is microservices based implementations. We cover EKS, ECS, because your machine learning models are deployed. You cover everything that's worth more than that you see 38,000 plus, the real value that you see. We also give you resume preparation, sample resumes, review, and we'll give you all the reviews. And so we also give you the LinkedIn, help you with the LinkedIn profile, resume, LinkedIn, how do you build that LinkedIn, how do you build your resume. And the most important is give you multiple mock. We never limit. We want you to be successful, and as long as whatever it takes for you to do mock interviews, just send us the job description, and your experience or the job description, based on the job description, will find a right interviewer for you at your level. We'll also give you the questions you need to expect, not 100%, but some questions you can see here, interview questions and preparation, so that you know what to expect when you go. And once you've done 2 3 4 mock interviews, which we run on a regular basis, and you can see others as well, you can join others mock interviews as well. That's the beauty. You can ask and see how others are doing in that interview. And then you go for community. You have a full community where you see other members like you. And we also give you on job support, which is priceless again. So if you see, this is the total value. And as I said, we run on $6,000, in excess of $6,000. For those committed, we have, as I said, 15 seats. We do it. And for committed members, 4,800. Everything that you see, including containers and Kubernetes itself, it's everything that I'm talking about is 6 months comes with the money back guarantee or full refund, money back, provided I'm going to give you as well that you have to do the work. I'll put it. I also say that it comes with you have to do the work, because and don't come into the program if you're not ready to do the work. You have to implement, you have to attend the interviews. That's when you'll get a result, so that we will both win. This is the URL, k2nacademy.com, URL in the screen below. Check out, and if you have any questions, my team or I'll be answering the questions as well. So that's a option number one, which we'll be doing. Before we go to the track two, I just go and talk about the refund policy so that it's clear, and then I'll go back to the questions part as well. And I'll take up the questions. But oh, by the way, let me cover this as well on here, then I'll come back onto this. What makes us best? This is some of the things that you will be seeing. We have more than 700 plus reviews at the time of this now, and maybe more as well. This is an old screenshot which I picked up. 4.8 star rating out of 5, which means that shows that, of course, you can't please everyone. There's some guys who come thinking, oh, I'll get a result without doing the work. As I said, if you do the work, you'll get the result 100% sure. And I want people who are ready to do the work, which is, and I'm going to make it very simple for you, easy for you, but you have to put in an effort. So we'll talk. This is where our feedback. Support is the fingertip for every joinee, or we do 2 support channels, WhatsApp and ticketing system. So every support is a fingertip on every joinee. Staff is always available and keep posting events and classes on WhatsApp so we don't miss out anything, which I'll explain you in a minute here. What we do is that uh, you have 2 channels, WhatsApp as well as the community, which is inside web portal, something similar to Facebook, but not exactly Facebook, where you have the members, everyone, you can see each other, you can talk, you can see the session, everything. And then you get email notification as well as WhatsApp. Here, trainers are exceptionally good and they command on every subject. So I'm I'm good in making sure that you get a result, but I have a pool of experts which are Microsoft certified, AWS certified. These are the guys who are actually implementing these things on the ground, and they're passionate. If you see now, I'm very passionate about implementing these things, and these are the other guys who are going to come are the guys like who are really, really talented, are going to teach as well and come. Each expert will come in a respective domain and come and teach to you. So they're exceptionally good. Access to the school portal, which is a portal that we do. One-stop shop for course content, very, very helpful and so on. On top of that, the registered courses, we give you a lot of bonus classes, which whatever is help you in getting the job, that's what we give you. That's why you see those bonuses are offered, which gives an added benefit. Overall, the entire team of K2 Academy is amazing and exceptionally. So highlight and suggest to anyone who are really interested in the Shiva Mushila. So so this is again very, very quickly, and we'll go back to now then question or go back to if you have any questions. Sessions are weekly live interactive sessions. On top of there is a well done video. So you come into the class, there is a videos already there for you, but come into the live, we repeat, we go a little bit deeper into. So when you come to the class, if you have time, watch that videos, do some hands-on lab. So when you come to the class, you will have 10 set of questions, but that is where we'll talk about the topic, we go deeper into the topic. Now today, because of time, I'm answering the question, but you can't unmute. But there it will be much smaller group, very small group. You can ask questions and so on. Then you have, this is a weekly live interactive sessions that you see. Then you have unlimited retake. Beauty part is that you come, you learn, and then second time you can learn and you go deeper. So first time as a human brain, we only grasp 80, 90%. You come second, you learn much deeper. You have much more knowledge. Now, all these skills which I'm talking about, AI, data cloud, that keeps changing. So new things come. So you have unlimited retake over the next 1 year on this. So you can come back again and again. You have post-session recording. So if you miss any topic, you don't need to worry about recording will be available. All the past sessions recordings will be available as well. WhatsApp and ticketing system. You get program regularly updates. You get all update of those. You get extensive hands-on project-based workshops with step-by-step videos and guides. And I said, not 1, 2, 3. You won't be the first one, and you trust me, you won't be the last one. These are the happy clients paying in since I think and mid or last quarter of 2024 on alone. Have grown exponentially. On we're coming with a lot of word of mouth as well. So this is I'm going to take few questions like FAQs that comes. Actual duration of the course comes again. Now I don't count how many hours I've taught. I don't count how many lessons I've given. I don't count how many modules or labs you have given. I only talk about result. It's waste if you don't get a result. So we only talk about is, as I said, each person is different. Our program typically works for a couple of weeks to a couple of months, depending on your background and so on. But you come with an objective saying that I want to earn 250,000 plus. I want to earn 100 plus, 100,000 plus. I want to earn this much in this domain, and this is a time frame. So duration doesn't matter. What matters is how much effort you're going to put. I'm going to give you 100%, everything that you need. So whatever it takes to get a result, that's objective. Never count hours, days, minutes, or sessions, or labs, or hours. No. What is more important is result. Class timing, we spend our weekends. We have multiple batches run. So weekends run evening, US morning, afternoon UK, and India evening, late evening. and for 3 to 4 hours, ranging from 3 to 4 hours, typically 3 hours. Sometimes people have a lot of questions, so extend, but recording is will be available. We also have some bonus classes on the weekdays, 90 minute to 2 hours max. Anything from 60 minute, 1 hour to 2 hours max on the weekday, but then you'll be recording, and these we rotate between weekday and weekends. Can I continue learning after the course? And absolutely. Objective is for you to become an expert. And as I said, for us, you want the more you earn, the more we will earn. We know that because that's why you see a lot of guys come back again and again the program. So you'll earn that. Recording will be available. Yes, recording will be available. Do I to learn coding? Not really. If you're not a developer, don't do it, but come with basic libraries, frameworks. There are a lot of jobs which are non-developer jobs. We give you and we teach you. This is a full money back guarantee, as said. But as I said, for me, people come come with the right intention. If you put in effort, you will get a result. There's no reason why you shouldn't, and that's why my face is on this thing. And for me, result is very important. So simply, you do the project, apply for at least 50 job. I'm saying every 10 job you ask for help. If you're not getting, my team is very proactive. We'll have an accountability manager. You will track everything, and you will see those of you who are inside the program, you probably will know. But those who are new or coming first time, we have accountability is a big thing for me. And that's why I'm limiting the seats, because I only have 80, 90 guys team. So I can't go unlimited. It's not like a course where anyone can go just come. So apply every 10 jobs, you ask for help. We anyway will track it, but ask for help if you've done it. And if you didn't get a result, not worth. This money is not worth. And you have 6 months, which is more than enough. We used to have 2 months. People used to be worried about. I want to remove all that worries. You risk free. The only risk is not doing and not taking this. So this is what I'm going to cover. We'll talk about in effort as well. So any questions so far, Amit, on this first, which is a track one? And
General questions, Atul. One is,
yeah,
what is the PST time zone for weekends? What are the course timings? General questions.
my team, I think Amit, you can pick up these
Yes,
questions,
yes,
answer
we are
these
answer.
questions.
Yeah, we are answering that.
Superb. So as I said, guys, in the morning, it's I don't exactly, well, it's 3 hours difference between PST and EST. I think between 8, 9, 10 in the morning. Some of these 8, 9, 10 Saturdays and Sundays. Weekday will be weekday will be again, yeah, same 8, 9, something around that time, but 1 hour, 2 hours. For some reason, if you can't do weekday, you can come in a weekend batch. Objective is for you to learn result. Ultimate objective is result. Now these discounted offer is only for 15 seats. After that, we'll go back to the original price of 6,000. As I said, value is much more than 8,000 URL, which I've given. Amit, anyone is interested, we'll take, this is track one. We also have track two, which is a data track. And this is where we cover everything related to data engineering, data analyst, data architect on both AWS Azure Cloud. And we also go open source as well. And this is again, I always lead with example and result. For me, results are very important. I did not disclose. I've been teaching and doing it since 2012, 2013. I started opening in 2017 and 18 when I had tons of results. When I know that it works because it worked for me, then I started working for my team. I built a team of consulting team. We implemented, and I started enjoying this journey because first 4 years were very tough for me. So I then implemented, and then we tons of guys used to come to me on through LinkedIn, and now it's going in a you won't believe unimaginable numbers. So Yash joined a bank in LA. Just received an offer to join in Los Angeles as a data engineer, and I think he had 6 offers to pick. This is the kind of thing if you do. El Safinto, again, I finally got job as a data analyst on my first job. Imagine, and I remember now till my date, my first contract job. It was not even first job; it was first contract job back in 2005, November, October, November. I still remember the restaurant we went with my wife on to celebrate that 450, 420, 450 pound a day. 425, I think 425, 450. Money doesn't matter. That didn't matter. I remember date is on when I went. So first job as a data analyst. This is another one here. Hari from UK. I got 2 job offers as a lead data engineer roles. Another here, Aparna from India. I enrolled for the classes to attain depth in the subject. Uh, Already working as a technical lead on Azure Data Engineer, and now able to attain the required depth. But she came for just learning, and now in exchange she also got 3 new job offers. Imagine on here. So we cover entire data pipeline, right from data ingestion to orchestration to data processing to data targeting, all those things. Myself was a DBA, I was a data architect, so I know in and out of these data. So we cover all from your CRM and so on, and we cover that, and we cover entire data services on Microsoft Azure Cloud, right from storage account to Azure data lakes to Databricks on Microsoft Azure Cloud, to Azure SQL databases, to Cosmos DB, to Stream Analytics, to Azure Data Factory, which is hugely popular for ETL across data developers to move the data from one source to another one, Synapse Analytics, and so on. And then new thing, which is I think started in 2000, early 2025. I don't remember exactly, late 2024 or late 2025, Azure Data Fabric, which is a fabric as you have a fabric, which is collection of all the data related services on one platform, Microsoft Azure Data Fabric, mainly for data engineers, data factory, data warehouse, data engineering, real-time intelligence bundled into. For analytics engineers, data analysts, Power BI, and so on. For data scientists, your ML Studio and so on. Data analyst, Power BI, as I said earlier. And for decision makers, you have Microsoft Copilot and so on. Below that, data steward, so we cover entire data fabric. And then for my data analyst friends or who are in leadership who want to see reports, Power BI, which is competitor to Tableau, you might have seen, we cover entire for data. We cover all the certifications on data engineers, data fundamental, Microsoft Fabric engineer, data engineer, as well as data analyst, which is DP700 and DP600 that we talk about. I said everything's covered by tons and tons of results and testimonial. This is the guys who've cleared data fundamental, DP900. These are the guys who covered data engineering. Earlier it was DP203. We have now tons and tons of stories on DP700, which is data engineer, fabric data engineer, and DP600, which is data analyst as well. So this second program, same thing. I'm not going to repeat everything here. Pretty much everything you can think of. I'll talk about Databricks on AWS and Azure. We cover PySpark, Python, but for data engineers and data analysts, and Microsoft Fabric, Power BI, and all those things. Rest all, but this time you're going to get a resume and things for data engineers, data architect, LinkedIn profile accordingly. And then we have Python for data engineers, which is a bonus, which is for limited time. Python for data engineers, data scientists, whole Python program, which we cover. Again, same. Come and speak URL is below on the screen. You can check out and you can ask questions in my team as well. And then finally, third track. So all the three track which I mentioned, three track is multi-cloud and DevOps. This is where I started back in 2016, 17 and been running since then, gangbusters on cloud. So this is what first we started. Then we added data. And last 3-4 years, we are running now machine learning added to AI, generative AI, agentic AI as well. So this is multi-cloud and DevOps, everything that you can think of, cloud, multi-cloud, AWS, Azure, and DevOps. So we cover all the services in AWS cloud, from identity access management to S3 bucket storage, block storage, file storage, VPCs, queue services, well-architected framework, high availability, disaster recovery, DevOps, CI/CD, security, monitoring, you name a thing, we cover in cloud inside that AWS cloud, and do the same thing for AWS Azure cloud, right from networking to storage to compute, virtual machines to migrations. You think, name a thing in Azure cloud, we cover that, and we don't stop. There we cover multi-cloud. As I said, companies are looking for how do you build active passive, or or services, some services on different cloud, both AWS and Azure. How do the networking happens? How do some of the use cases of a high availability? We cover certifications on AWS Cloud Practitioner to Solution Architect to DevOps to security. These are the most in-demand certifications. Being Solution Architect the topmost in demand, but we also know some people who want to start with beginners, which is Practitioner. So we cover all these. These are most in-demand certifications. Same thing we cover on Microsoft Azure Cloud, right from fundamental to administrator to developer to security to architect to DevOps. Don't do all of them. Just pick one or two, learn on the job, get paid to get these certified. We cover all of this, all sample exam questions, certification exam questions, preparation, explanation. You don't need to do any of the guesswork. We give on top of that containers and Kubernetes hugely made tons of money back in 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 before I moved into machine learning. Now these machine learning models run and on containers and Kubernetes. I'm not going to go deeper into here, but those of my friends on AI machine learning, we cover a subset of that. We cover some part of containers Kubernetes as a bonus, which we'll be talking about. So how do you run your microservices on containers and orchestrate or manage these containers on a Kubernetes? So we cover container instance on AWS, which is ECS, Kubernetes on AWS, which is EKS, and then serverless version of containers and Kubernetes on Fargate, which you don't need to manage underlying infrastructure. We also cover same thing on Microsoft Azure Cloud, container registry. These are your images to store containers, and this is container instances, which is your containers on Azure implementation. And this is managed Kubernetes on Azure Cloud, which is AKS. We cover everything from storage to networking to compute. How do you manage them? How do you deploy applications? Very, very in depth about all these things we go, so that you learn in and out of containers and Kubernetes on AWS, Azure, and standard on that. We cover all these certifications. I keep repeating, you will never fail. You can never fail. um, we will give you, but we'll also streamline you, make it simple. DevOps Foundation, DevOps Engineer, and so on. Docker, Kubernetes, CK, CKD, CKS even I've not highlighted here. I didn't want to overwhelm you guys, but we have guys who have done all these things, tons and tons, hundreds and hundreds of them that you see. Piyush that you see, I think he's now moved to US. He worked, he was one of the star performers. He, a college graduate from India, moved to worked in first in Mercedes-Benz in Germany, now moved to US working as a DevOps, senior DevOps engineer now on SAP. Very proud of Piyush. You have Tushar, you have Gagi again, senior middleware, the DevOps engineer on SAP. We have tons and tons of guys who've done the DevOps Foundation certification as well. So this is a third, which is cloud, multi-cloud, everything you can think of AWS. We've even added Google Cloud, which I've not listed here, and Oracle Cloud, which I've not listed here. I want people to get a result, because if you win, they'll come back 2 years, 3 years later. That's what is happening right now. So the program is worth way, way more than you will make tons and tons of money, promise. So you'll see that as well. So what is right for me? That question keeps coming for me again and again. Should I go for AWS? Oh, sorry, cloud, multi-cloud? Should I go for as data, or should I go for AI machine learning, or one or two, or which one? So I'll give you the guidelines. Do what is right for you. I'm going to give you what I would have done, or what I suggest and recommend to myself. I would for myself as well. So if you are below 120,000, if you're earning less than 100,000, 120,000, anyone, and I mean really mean anyone, is, if you're complete new to IT, I would say go for either cloud or AI. Data, if unless you have an interest, very interest on data. So depending on, go with what your interest is, because if you're interested in something, you can go very, very far. I can teach you, but if you're not interested in a topic, it's very difficult. But if you're interested, whether you go for whatever you pick, I'll be there. So pick just one, any one. If you can easily hit 120,000. When I say easily, I mean put an effort. I'm behind. You'll get, people are getting it. So if you are less than 120,000, up to 120,000 earning, pick any one of them on this. If you are probably, you're already doing 100,000 and you want to hit into 200,000 range, then go for any two. Maybe AI with cloud, or maybe AI with data, or data with cloud, depending on you understand, you will realize. And if you have any question, you have any questions, I'm going to pick up these questions now to pick any two of those. And if you have to go for 250, my suggestion to you would be, don't get to, I'm not saying that in order to 250, you have to do all three. This will do. I can I'm 100% confident, because when you go for more senior leadership roles, people go for and ask everything, right from AI to underlying data to underlying cloud. But that doesn't mean that people are. I was really surprised when people are just with AI, just with cloud, just with data were earning. But this is option for you. I'm just giving you what I would have done. I've done all three. That's why I'm telling you all three. With that, you get, when you go for all three, there's a discount, there is an offer. My team will reach out to you. If you go for one, only limited time seats on that two offer, which I mentioned, is only for discounted 15 seats. After that, we close and we go back to the full price on this. If you go for three, there's a little bit discount. And what for that, as I said, you can book with, call with my team. And I think there's a link here, but don't book right now. I'm going to pick up the questions, but you can go to this URL, ketonacademy.com/apply. And you can book with my team if you're confused, but I'm going to, for now, I'm going to take as many questions as I can now. And if I don't miss, if I miss, you go and book it, that as well. Okay. So now, as I said, everything I've already mentioned, what makes us best, and that's, it's not me telling. 4.8 means, and out of 700, not 1, 2, 3, 800. And of course, as I said, some people say, oh, but why not 5? I hardly will have any provider, service provider who's 5. There might be exceptionals, but we have some guys, you can't please everyone. And I'm also saying that come with right intentions, money, sorry, you will get full money back guarantee. Provide, like, so I think I've made my point multiple times clear. This is what makes us best. It's not me telling, it's my results who are talking on that, as well as I'm very, very passionate about these questions. I've covered this. Now, how many guys of you thinking it's expensive? Some of you guys might be thinking the value you're going to earn more than 100 extra, 30, 40,000 minimum. I'm talking about extra, I'm talking about. And if you're new, if you're not you'll earn a ton of money. If you're already on a low, you will earn a lot of money as well. How many guys are thinking on that? Put in the chat window. Anyone who's thinking expensive, I'll take. Otherwise, we'll skip that part, or I'll tell you my story if you want to hear. Otherwise, I don't want to bore you with my. Yes, okay. Some guys are saying expensive. Okay. I've only heard 4 guys so far now. Maybe you're sending it to host and panelist only. Anyone? 4 out of this big group, only 4, or maybe people are mm, busy. I mean, questions. Should I take questions or should I take expensive point?
Let's take some questions, Atul. People
Okay.
have started saying expensive, but let's take some questions today.
Mm.
Jay Shyam is asking, do you have in-person classes?
Oh no, we don't do for 2 reasons. First of all, I have my. You're not going to learn only from one expert. You're going to learn probably in your time zone, depending on at least 4 to 5 trainers. One for a particular topic, one for interview preparation, maybe multiple for interview preparation, one for LinkedIn, and so on. And finding I only pick up the best. So I don't do in person because of 2 reasons. First of all, I hate when I'm bounded by a particular place. The whole thing, I started my journey and thing is I want to do location free. On these world, we do online, much more flexibility. I can give you much more value on that. So unfortunately, we don't do in person. And even if you go for in person, finding all the experts, bring it to one place, I can guarantee you you might be good in 1%, 2%. I don't want just me. I have a pool of army where I can bring the best guys. So unfortunately, no. I only have, but I can guarantee you, you can, you will never be able to beat, or whosoever is going in person will never be able to beat the kind of resources we have where we bring everyone. Yeah, yeah. I
Okay,
hope that
next
answers the
question
question.
is,
Mhm. Let me
yeah.
go back onto this.
Uh,
I'm going to cover that, come back in expensive, but I'll go to this offer, which is about AI machining. A lot of some people are asking about. So I'll go this and show it to you, and then I'll come back onto this point. So this is all we get AI. And anyone who wants to know about what topics we're going to cover, I'm going to pick up. Oh, I think I've come. We should have one single page, Amit. We'll do next time. Yeah, over to you, Amit. Yeah. Okay, so Sadhguru, Gokshi, I'm going to cover that in a minute. If you're thinking expensive, because this is exactly what I was thinking expensive back in 2004, 2005, I can correlate with that. Over to you, Amit. Yeah, please. Let's say
Sandra is asking, is this program for beginners that have no experience in IT?
good. So if you see now, yes, absolutely. So if you now, this is where you're going to begin. You might take a slightly longer then. So don't go fall in trap of 1 month, 2 month. You might take 3 months, 4 months, but you'll absolutely done with keeping beginners in mind, because I come from a mechanical engineering background. I knew nothing when I started my journey. Especially I had a big time difficulty understanding even RAM and a disk, or both were GBs and MBs, and I was going into and work and looking at. I was confused which one is what. So all these beginners level, that's why we start with beginners. AI machining for beginners, Python for beginners, cloud for beginners, Azure for beginners. All these are beginners level. Go through that, and in fact, we have a person who's actually have transitioned from no IT to IT, and they are now become so good in teaching and training. They'll be coming and keeping at your level because they know what they've gone through as well. So yes, absolutely. Okay, Shama, let me take a question. Shama is saying, how long is the course? And you are covering too much and difficult to study all this. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. First of all, how long the course? Don't count. Objective is not to complete the course. Objective is to get the result. So Shama, if you can unmute yourself, or Amit, can you give an opportunity to Shama unmute? Your objective is not to cover everything. And I'm not giving it for everything. I'm giving, and when you go and look for the job, we'll cover whatever is required important points, and we cover everything on, and 1 year is more than enough to cover and complete everything. But objective is not to again go back and say I'm going to learn everything and then only I'll go to an apply job. No, objective is that you will have enough within a couple of weeks to know how to apply, and then go apply and come back again and focus on what point. So hey, I need, take example, I'm cooking something and I'm now cooking and I need a hot burner. I need a microwave. I'll put a microwave. You know how to use microwave. I need a gas. You need how to use a gas. I need a electric oven. I need how to use. I need a microwave. I know how to use that. So depending on what you're cooking, you know that at that point. You're not cooking as a chef everything. I hope that makes sense. Now, so again, Shama, I hope that makes sense. Put in the chat window. Still have
I have
unmute. Will unmute
unmuted, yeah, I have unmuted Shama. Shama, you can speak now.
if you want to.
Yeah,
If you're,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. So as I was mentioning, we are covering so many subjects. I got completely confused. Where
Yeah,
to start, where to begin, and where to stop. I have absolutely no idea at this point of time
superb.
because you
Yeah.
covered everything. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So what the first thing, a very good point. I mean, we should be highlighting that the journey. So first thing going to come is we have something called as onboarding call. As soon as you join the program, we'll be asking you to write down what you have done, what your background is, and what you achieve. So depending on you want to achieve, you want to become a developer, you want to become an architect, you want to become a project manager, we'll give a customized plan for you and covering only those particular topics for you. Will give you. You have option to pick others depending on. I don't know what your background is right now. So each person will be different. So that's why we have a customized training, and that's why we have limiting the number of candidates who come. So you'll get first. Based on that, you will be given a plan, and you'll also given and say, oh, do this, you do those, you do that. Also, will be driven based on what is your career and objective, how quickly you want, what kind of a result you want. And based on that, we'll give you more personalized, but this is all open for you. You pick, you can pick up, choose of whatever you pick. So you'll be getting a help on handy. Does it make sense, Shama? So tell me what your background I can give you right now and give you what your background and what you achieve.
Let me. Can you hear me?
Yes, 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 Shama.
Okay, I'm into cloud security, AI security.
Okay. You're already doing that security?
Oh,
AI
I'm already
security?
working on that one.
Superb.
I
Okay.
have a
What do you want to
job,
achieve then? Yeah. So what do you want to achieve?
so I need to increase my pay by at least 50% more.
Okay. So when you
That's my
go, so
goal.
yep, okay.
I,
And you
I'm
want to stick into the same or you want to go on another role as well? Are you open for or you want to go within the same?
most likely anything related to the AI security or
Yep.
AI field.
Yep. Yep. So
Uh,
do you see, first of all, we are going to look at and how many years of experience you have. Based on that, we are going to look at in the location in which you want to do the job and chalk out and say, what are the jobs that are paying? Let's suppose, take an example, and I'm maybe completely wrong. Let's suppose you're doing 200,000 right now, which you should be minimum. You should be doing 200. You might be doing more than 200,000 if you're in AI security, which is the hot topic, very hot. So you go extra 50%, which is 300,000. I'm going to look and now look at what are the 300,000 jobs that are giving, which are related to AI security, but doesn't limit just AI security, maybe more on end-to-end project implementation of not just AI security, but additional things which are required. So look at what kind of a jobs that are available in the market and what are kind of a things that are they're asking and come into the program, or that's what we are going to work with you. My team is going to work with you and say, based on these job descriptions, these are things you'll be leading. You already have AI security experience. So I'm assuming you already know a lot of those things. Where is the gap between the resume that or kind of a job you want and what is right now? And fill that particular gap, and we'll give you a customized plan for that. And you jump only on the sessions of those particular topics. If we don't find those topics, we bring someone and cover those topics for specifically for you. But then others who are in that similar situation or want to go or see, they'll be jumping with you and learning with you. That's how we're going to do that. Make sense?
yeah, question to that. And if I'm
Yeah.
going to take only one particular module, do I need to pay whole course? That was
Absolutely,
my question.
absolutely, absolutely. Because I'm yes, absolutely. Because I'm giving you result. I'm not talking about one course or two course. I'm giving you extra 50,000. So I'm giving you 100,000, and this is a customized training that comes, and there's no compromise. If you're looking, if someone can give you that and doing, good luck with them because it
Thank
takes
you.
a lot of effort. And so yes. So answer your question. Yes, you have to put full still because the effort we are going to put multiple mock identifying and doing all those will be still equally same of that. There is a single program which is just Agentic AI, but in that Agentic AI will give you a plan and say you do this particular bit, you can go. It's a lower ticket item, but then we don't do interview preparation. We don't do all those things because we know that when you go to the interview, you will need more than just one thing. A lot of guys come into the program and say, oh, I just need, no, I just need this thing. But when you go and they don't have other knowledges, and they do only what they think they are going to need, and they go to the interviews. And we used to do that earlier, and they used to fail, and they used to blame the program saying that, oh, program doesn't cover this because you came for small things. Companies these days look for more than one skill. Shama, does it make sense, Shama?
Yeah, a last
Okay, brilliant.
question.
Yeah, please.
A
Yeah.
last question on this one. So do you have any class available which is 2 hour session, 4 hour is so difficult to retain what exactly the instructor teaches?
Oh, that's a very good question. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And
Okay.
any classes are available only 2 hours session? It can be 4 5 times in a week is good, but 4 hour taking is, I believe, most of the people it's so difficult to retain what exactly you're teaching.
You're absolutely right, Shama, and brilliant question and good point. We do have three 3 hours is sweet spot. But now imagine how much time you think we have done here now. 1 hour
Here
50
right now,
minutes.
almost 1 hour 50 minutes time.
1 hour 50 minutes time. Okay, now this is all I'm just doing theory. I'm not even teaching you the practical work and implementation. And trust me, we take 2 breaks after every. So 4 hours may be too much. I don't think some majority of time now we have shrink down to 3 hours, but a lot of discussions and doubts, questions towards last part of that. And you stay on that class if you want. Now 3 hours, I don't think we have 4 hours. And if we are doing 4 hours, we'll reduce that point. I totally agree with you. So 3 hours is ideal sweet spot, but 2 hours is too less. We can't cover a lot of topics that we want to cover. So on weekdays, we might cover 1 hour, 2 hours. You can jump on a weekdays, but I'm not going to change. I'll be transparent with you. It's working 99% cases working. So I'm not going to change from 2 hours, but yes, 3 hours is what we're going to run. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, brilliant. I want to be consultant. I'm an accountant. Brilliant. So this is a good point. Okay, Amit, do you want to take a question, or should I take my story about it's expensive, Amit?
Yeah, one last question I want to
Sure.
take before you take your story, Atul.
Guys, don't worry. One more thing. As long as studies for me, people spend a lot of time and energy. I don't want anyone to go feel that you have not provided value. You came into the program, sorry, this free class, even though it's free. I'm going to make sure that every effort I can do to answer as many questions as I can on here. I'll keep going as much as I can, as long as there's water here. And I put a couple of jug. I drink a lot of water. So but I have still a lot of energy. So keep these questions coming. Over to you. Yeah.
Atul, few have the participants have raised their hands. So I'm unmuting John
Just one,
Kimati
if
first.
yeah,
Yeah,
please. Yes, John.
John, you can speak now. Unmute yourself from your end and speak, please. Thank you.
Thank you. So I am in cloud computing and I can see several courses here that I wanted to take. One of them is, please go back to that screen again where you
Or
came.
you want to go into cloud or AI? Because this is you want to go into AI or cloud?
No, going back to those courses that you are, these courses,
Okay.
this one.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to take this course, this container and Kubernetes for ML workload. I want that one. And okay, 3 more here. Can I take them alone or I should take the whole course?
Okay, you can take individually MLOps, but it is costing you $1,000. So we don't have anything which is live interactive. Minimum is $1,000. There might be 1,500. I don't know the pricing on top of my head, but anything from $1,000 to $1,400. Okay, my point is if I'm paying $1,000, 1,400, why don't I do a little bit more and I go my resume, LinkedIn, all those things plus a lot of other things. You can go and speak to my team, but maybe
Yeah.
there might be, as I said, we have an MLOps program, we have an Agentic AI program. These are $1,400 or $2,000 programs. So I'm paying 2,000. I don't feel good about. We used to do separately as well, but speak to my team if you want to go into containers and Kubernetes and so on. But yeah, you'll get talk to my team if that's what you're looking. Are you not looking for any job change?
Thank you for that. Yes, I'm also, let me say here that I am at that 120K around or
Yeah.
below actually. I am below. So now I want I want to link up with your team immediately so that I can get that 120. I am in cloud computing and
Oh, you're already
Kubernetes.
part of the cloud. You're already part of cloud computing program.
No, no, I'm not. I'm not in your
Oh, so
team.
you're not a member. Because the reason why I'm saying is if you're already a part of the cloud computing program, that contains and Kubernetes is already covered. You don't need to worry about. My team will help you on that. I thought you're already part of my program, but you are working as a cloud computing. I got the point. Sorry for that. Understood. No.
Yes, I'm working on cloud computing, but my interest right now is to get to that bracket of 120K. That's where I need to join the program immediately. Thank you.
I'll tell you now, good point. So I'll tell you, I can give you a lot of guys on containers Kubernetes. I'll give you, and you will learn as well containers Kubernetes. But when it comes to raising your salary hike or going, it's a altogether different base game, ball game. And you maybe sometime you're even undercharging if you're already working in cloud. And if you have a containers and Kubernetes and machine learning deployment model, you should be probably going for 170, 180. May not be directly able to jump, but in 2 jumps within, will pick up first job, which is extra jump. I don't know whatever is right now, to 120, 130, 140. And the next job within immediately after that, go another jump of 180, 190. If you see my contract jobs, salaries, if you see every couple of years have increased because I wanted to learn and become best in that and move on to the next, which are higher paid. And that's what, so learning a skill and negotiating or working and getting a high paid job are two different skills in my view, which I've realized later. So that needs a combination of your LinkedIn resume, how you go as an authority, how go. So a lot of guys, and trust me, there are tons and tons of guys who know better than me or used to know better than me at the time, but they were not able to communicate their message, or how to talk in interviews and so on. So that's what my only suggestion is what people, what happens or what used to happen was people used to come, they used to learn from me, but never used to implement that in the interviews in the right manner, or resumes and LinkedIn mock interviews, and they used to blame the program and saying it's because of the program, not even though they've learned and they've done all the hands-on and they're pretty good and confident, but not able to speak. That's why I'm a little bit hesitant on releasing them individually. I don't mind, but I take that you're very clear on those points. So I hope that makes sense. And this is what I was talking to earlier gentleman as well. I forgot his name as well. Yep. Over to you, Amit. Yeah. So speak to my team if you want to go. But again, as I said, I'll be a little bit reluctant on you coming and thinking I'll get a result just by doing technical. Of course, you'll learn a lot on technical part, just particular. Over to you, Amit. Yeah. John.
We have one more person, Chandra, who has raised his hand. Chandra, you can speak now.
Uh, Hi, Amit. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Hello?
Yes,
Yep.
you're Chandra.
Yeah. I am like Power Platform 365 engineer, like a lead consultant, Amit. Like, what the thing is, like, I want to transform my skills to AI, generative AI. Like, I cracked my job at Wells Fargo. Like, what
Super.
are the things which I need to concentrate on? What things I had to enhance?
Okay, so first of all, you need to good point. So first, big congratulations for getting a job in Wells Fargo. And are you getting that as a AI consultant there?
Yeah, this is the role specifies that it is something like Dynamics Power Platform and AI business analyst, intelligence analyst. This is the role they have
Hmm.
given.
Hmm. Okay. No,
Yeah.
I think couple things I'll tell you is first of all, go all in on AI. The more you learn, because they're looking, not a lot of guys know about it. And you
Mm-hmm.
can, otherwise, what will happen is if you don't know enough about, first of all, understand end-to-end AI lifecycle, okay, which I've not
Mm-hmm.
presented here today, but in our program, we go deeper into entire AI lifecycle, which we cover right from requirement gathering to see what are the
Mm-hmm.
use cases. First of all, AI is applicable or not. As I was talking about, I think on Monday or next week, we are releasing a video on YouTube, sorry, on our Facebook group. Keep an eye on our email. In that we talk about is AI is not for everything. Also within AI,
Mm-hmm.
also agentic AI. A lot of people are talking about agentic AI. People don't understand that these are normal. Some guys are wrapping it up as an agentic AI, which is not true agentic AI or AI agents. They are normal workflows and simple automations. They're renaming and rebranding. And also AI
Mm-hmm.
agents is not for everyone. There's a lot of limit things, the cost they don't realize, the LLM cost and so on. So understand the whole AI full
Mm-hmm.
spectrum, also machine learning. So AI, when they're implementing, they're not picking up predefined models. Most of these big companies, if you're doing for Wells Fargo, in fact, there was someone from inside the program in Bank of America, and there another bank I forgot in um, either JP Morgan or Morgan Stanley. Morgan
Chess.
Chase, Morgan Chase, yeah, Morgan Chase, yeah. So they are implementing the same whole thing, but they are building their whole machine learning pipeline, data pipeline, and building their
Mm-hmm.
developing their own platform for their risk management systems. And so understand the whole data life cycle, data pipeline, on top of that machine learning whole pipeline, and on top of that building the models, training, retaining. This is a huge topic. You need to decide
Mm-hmm.
where you want to go, but understand from bigger picture and then go deeper down. Also, you need to
Mm-hmm.
decide whether you want to go on a management layer, you want to go into a mid management layer, you want to go actual implementation. What enjoys what you enjoy. My suggestion to you would be stay on latest things, understand these overall width, and so that you can
Okay.
talk in their language and pick from the project what is right for you. Yeah.
Great. Great,
Okay.
Atul. Yeah.
Congratulations. Okay.
Yeah.
But you're
Thank
doing
you.
good. I think
Uh, and
try to
and
get.
what
Yeah. Sorry.
And one more thing, Atul, like this is like something like I used to work on Copilot thing, integrating these all things in Microsoft. Like when I worked with World Bank, like I used to go on that implementations. Is this like related to that stream? Like if I can go with that?
Something similar. Copilot basically now this is called of a AI for product manager. You're incorporating AI in your product. Okay, so if you see
Correct.
now course number 18, which is I'm incorporating AI in my program or product.
Mm-hmm.
So, but for
Mm-hmm.
that you need to first know. whether that with what kind of a service I'll be using. And now these LLMs and foundation models, you need to understand those concepts. Are these useful even for may not? And if yes, how? And so on. So that co-pilot that you're using is incorporating as a product manager. So we cover another stream for that part.
Okay.
Okay.
I
So
think like you're releasing another video for this all this to understand the big picture, right?
not big picture, which we are talking just AI agents. I'm not talking about the full AI overview. I'm just a small
Uh-huh.
part within that, which is a very small subset, which is AI agents. I'm talking
Agent.
releasing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Brilliant. Okay. Next. So there is a question coming. G Kausi saying cost of that, please. Which cost you're talking about? Maybe reach out to my team. They will be answering. Amit, over to you. Should I go with into my story?
Yes, please. Yes, Atul.
Very keen because I had that problem and challenge, not just I want to show off or do or something. In fact, it was painful exercise, painful thing. About I was talking about expensive. I'll tell you now if you're expensive. First of all, those who are thinking it's expensive, you already seen someone is easily earning 120,000, and people don't realize the cost opportunity cost. You may be thinking 120, or you're already in 100,000, and you'll be thinking for going to, and let's go worst case I'm talking about, which is very minimal, 20,000 extra. And you're thinking for almost 6 months now. You already lost $10,000 of thinking that. Imagine you would have earned extra 10,000 by now, and the next months of come. Peace of mind, extra thing, peace of mind. All those things people don't, and that is what I learned over a period of last 6, 8, 10 years. I wish someone should have told me. So now, if you think those of you guys, a lot of guys are still here and thinking expensive, I totally get it. First of all, as I said, if you have AI skills, machine learning skills, data skills, cloud skills, latest skills, if you are straight away 47% higher, average, I'm talking about average, which means potential is much more higher. I know because I know because lots of my friends and colleagues, both here in UK, in US, and a lot of guys in Singapore and Dubai, they're doing it. So I know in and out of this. So definitely this is actual proof. Now, also, there are lots of companies are paying. Probably you already know, most of you guys already know. Now, this is me back here in 2004, 2005. I moved from India. My first 4 years was very shitty, very bad jobs. Job was good, but I was the youngest database administrator. And how I got my DBA job back in India, out of probably around 7,000 in India. When you interview, you go for interview, there's a walk-in happens. There's a big pool. Those who are coming from India probably might know. 7,000 out of 7,000, I was the one who was picked up as a database administrator. I was the youngest one, 24-year-old, at that 24, 25-year-old, youngest database administrator, working with at least whom I know or I could, because everyone was 10 years, 15 years experience. Why? Because I was the only one who knew Oracle e-business suite database, ERP, CRM, that time. On this interview panel, we were only 3 guys. They picked up all 3 for the next round for interviews. We were not written. So first tip I got was stay on the latest things. Entry will be easy for you. And I picked up e-business suite, luckily, or like very lucky. Or so I got into that Oracle job. But when I entered into the job, everyone was 10 years, 15 years, 20 years experience, and no one used to share the knowledge and experience. I worked very hard for first 4 years, and and then I moved to a smaller company. I worked from Oracle to Satyam. I took a 50% rate cut just because I wanted to move into on-site in US or UK or something. And that company, Satyam, only gave me an opportunity. So second tip I was, in order to sometime take a step back, you need to, sorry, in order to move a step forward, you might take a step back. And I took a 50% rate cut. Everyone said I was stupid to take moving from a company like Oracle to a smaller company, Satyam. Some guys knew in India at the time, but pay was very bad. But they gave me an opportunity. We'll send you on site as soon as possible, within probably shortest time, 6 months. And they put me into Imperial College London for a project. So second tip I got there. And I came to Imperial College, I was very happy. I recently got married, 2005 February. I went into project. I was working full time, 2,400 pounds a month, good money at the time in 2005, to 2,400. And then I saw later my business partner. We started a company together back in 2012. I saw his contract rate, 550 pound a day. 550 pound a day at the time in 2004, 2005. Multiply with 25 days or whatever working days, 12,000, 13,000 pounds. Mine measly 2004. And I was happy. Or this next moment, I was sad. I could earn extra 10,000 pound per month extra. 10,000 pound extra, 12 months, 120,000 extra. And like that, I said, oh, I went into Oracle site. At the time I was working with the Oracle product, Oracle security. I went to Oracle site, 3,000 pound course, 5 days I have to take off, 5 days leave to learn because company was not going to pay me for my own learning things. So so 3,000 pounds, 1 week off, too much money, typical Indian mentality. And there's nothing wrong. And again, I'll say I was born, money was very, very tight. I was never born with very little money. And I thought, oh, it's expensive. I can't do. But I was very hustle culture. I can do on my own. I started learning weekends, evenings, afternoon, whatever time I could find, because my mind was always 550 pound a day. And 1 month passed, 2 months passed, one interview failed, two interview failed, four interview. I kept applying interviews, interview after interview failed. November, February I started, got married in that year. My wife was pissed off. Like, of course, she was upset in terms of, and she finally said, oh, in worst case, we were talking a lot and to and fro and said, enough. In worst case, we're going to lose a month's salary. Let's see what going to happen. At least we will close this chapter and say, you're not good fit for. So went into Oracle with very hard tumbling and thinking, never spent 6,000 pounds in my training anytime until the time. So went there, and second day I realized the mistake I was doing. The training was super deep, very deep, in and out of everything which I was not learning. And I think probably not immediately, but I think 3 weeks or 4 weeks later, this is the same contract which you see here, 425 pound a day. This I didn't get 550, and for this the contract I remember till date, November-ish or end of November or first week of December, I got this contract and stayed all over the moon. So and that day I was very happy, but within a month and 2006, I learned the biggest lesson of my life. I lost 70,000 pounds. Even though I got a 425 pound a day contract rate, I was happy for a month. In 2006, next year, I was reflecting back on 2005, I lost 70,000 pounds. And that was the biggest learning in my life till date. That's the most expensive learning. How? Every month I could have earned extra 10,000 pounds. I delayed. And I really mean that. And every time, and so 10 months passed. I wish I could have done that. And that is the biggest lesson I learned is now if I have to take a decision, that in 2006, I made a decision saying that every time I have to make a decision, I'm going to look at two only things: how much more I'm going to learn or earn. And if I don't do, how much I'm going to lose if I don't do this. And that was the aha moment for me. And I said, I'm not going to repeat this mistake anytime. Second time came in 2012. I'll explain you a history, but 2012, another mistakes which I'll talk about. But here, I had to an opportunity to move into cloud, and I was working on Oracle. Only I knew was Oracle Cloud. No one was giving training, even not Oracle. Oracle was infancy stage in cloud. AWS was becoming popular. Microsoft was very early stage. Oracle, nothing. The only thing was in US. So that means I have to leave for US. I have to take not only 5 days off, but also a couple of days here and there, flight and all those things, hotel, flight, and one of the most expensive program because I was learning directly from product managers on there. That too, also I have to now my contract rate was at that time, I think 550 or 600 pounds. That means I have to do 2 weeks of 600 per day, that much money plus on top of that cost and all those things. I thought for a day and I reminded this thing, I'm not going to repeat that mistake of 70,000 pounds. I did that cloud and that immediately jumped my salary. No one was there in UK. I was the first one to migrate the whole health services migration. They were running big Oracle databases to Oracle Cloud on first version of Oracle Cloud. I was among the first few ones here in the UK. And that gave me a different trajectory on that point. The amount of money, unimagined money I earned on that point. Now, that was the second or third or fourth, whatever lesson I learned here. Now, in between, I was working as a security. I got a job 450, and I was merely doing a little bit on 550 pound or something. I was very happy, and I thought, oh, I became arrogant. I became, I didn't realize. I thought I was earning pretty good money and was quite happy as well. And I think no one can take or at least I'll have that lifelong. You never imagine those things. 2011 or 12 came. Everyone started doing DevOps, cloud. I was living in my own bubble pretty much. And then when I started looking, my contract started drying up on that particular thing, which I was working, skill I was working. And everyone's moving towards cloud and DevOps and so on. So other mistake I did was that staying and hanging on a particular skill for long. IT moves very fast, and especially now with AI and AI agentic AI, things are moving very, very fast. You'll be replaced, as they say, it's not AI who will replace you, but someone with AI skills. So then I realized that every year I'll be learning something new. I kept learning cloud, DevOps, multi-cloud, containers, Kubernetes. I picked up AWS Cloud, Azure Cloud, multi-cloud 2019. My containers and Kubernetes knowledge, Kubernetes deployments, containers deployment took me long, and especially implementation on cloud and multi-cloud took me another level. I got latest project, machine learning. And then 2021, 2021, I started getting machine learning projects. And because I knew that machine learning is going to come, I don't know when. And pretty much, I think on the right time, we were doing a lot of machine learning implementations. I always looked for what is new things so that I can stay ahead. So these are some of the things which I look at sometime you take a step back to go two step forward, or a step back to go two step forward. Again, on for cloud, when I'm doing my AWS and Azure cloud, multi-cloud, I didn't have AWS knowledge. So I took a step back, a slightly rate cut to go my contract rate jumped. This is where you see 700, 800, 900. I wish I could allowed to share my rates now. I'm binded by NDAs, but hopefully as soon as they are over, I'll really release so you can see what's possible. And trust me, me believing that it was possible, I never ever thought possible. So I spend now unbelievable money on my coaches and mentors. You won't, but I get 10 to 20 times back. And I'm not saying that for everyone, but this is something which I've learned. Take with your own things and on. So this is what I talk about. James is saying about is that the custom curated job program for those who want zero compromise, you cannot go wrong with Keto Academy. I never felt so supportive in what I could have done, been a rather intimidating proposition. It's amazing to see. I sit here not questioning whether or not I can do it, or if I'm not going to be certified, if I can get a job. It's literally as easy as follow these instructions and this will happen. And that's what I aimed for. I wish someone could do. So I couldn't find, I built that, and that's what you see. And trust me, I don't literally from a money point of view, I'm happy, but I want for me, I enjoy what I do. That's why I see, that's why it doesn't look like to me for work. It's my passion project for do. Another one, what my clients have to say, best in market, Naman. Keto Academy knows every penny. We invest in those just. Another one, Sajid here. Overall, I'm happy. The dividend will pay in no time. So don't hesitate and invest in yourself. This is with a great team. This is Sajid on Trustpilot. I can go on and on these ones. So this is here on Salib. Uh, Best courses. So you have job experience. So no question, they're the best thus far. Oksana here, excellent communication skills, very professional, very helpful. Videos, labs, you will definitely get a job. Joshua, I think this is example I showed you. He was doing in Trustpilot. This is the one who showed earlier about how to write. The curriculum is job focused and ever evolving with continuous evolving industry expert. They've experienced instructors and very good support team. To be honest, I was very skeptical. This is quite common happens. Honey, she joined in the program and saying I was very, very skeptical about paying for the course. And that's quite happens. And especially those who are new and never seen me or know about Keto Academy. So for someone like who have decided to change career at her 40s, and that too in an entirely different domain, it's very scary. But on the brighter side, if I pay X amount, I'm confident in having bigger ROI. So like that, I have tons and tons of guys you can learn. Trust me, I've done all this. I've been you can do on your own. I'm not doubting. It'll be stressful. You'll miss so much opportunity because they say as well. Stressful. I've lived, and things are changing very fast. You know, someone who's done it are doing it, and that's why we have tons and tons of experts. We bring them, and we see what's happening on the ground as well. So I said, if you're still doubtful, you can apply. You go to this URL ketonacademy.com for apply. We'll to see if you have any doubts and so on. So you pick a date and time, which is we only have limited seats on slots available. So it'll be team will be discussing and talking. Enter your details, very, very important, because that will help us to help you whether we can help you or not. And if not, we'll tell you, hey, I don't think we're the right person for you. Make sure you put your LinkedIn profile because that's how we know. And if you don't have and say, just tell us and write down and fill all these details. What your salary desired? This is just a very small set. When you come, you'll be giving an accountability partner and so on. So fill this form and then you'll reach out to this page. Watch these stories, what others have to say, and the tons and tons of hundreds of thousands of stories as well. So I'm going to pick up this and take some questions, whatever, and we can unmute you. Some of guys, we still have been going for 2 hours, more than 2 hours. I know you might be tired. I can keep going on and on. For me, as like I'm very passionate about these things, but don't make the mistake of which I did it, which is losing 70,000. And but also uh, take your own decision. I'm telling you, this is what I was able to do. Lots and lots of guys achieve that as well. My objective is to engage right guys, because for me, my objective is to go my success rate from every year, so that it will come back again and again, and they see the results in that. So with that, this is I'm going to open up this program. As I said, yeah, Amit, over to you, and then bring someone else, have unmute, and we can take the questions, please.
Sure. Narinder is asking, do you think cloud DevOps to cloud MLOps or towards Gen AI, agentic AI is a similar technology shift phase right now in the market? So he's referring to your journey, Atul. He's saying that your journey was impressive and you picked up right technologies at the right time. So transitioning from cloud DevOps to cloud MLOps or towards Gen AI
Absolutely.
and agentic AI is a similar technology shift.
Absolutely, absolutely. Spot on. You're very spot on. MLOps, agentic AI, how to deploy AI models on the cloud, or most of these implementations are happening on cloud. So yes, it's spot on. So how do you deploy machine learning pipelines, AI pipelines, agentic AI deployment, MLOps? Spot on, right? If you have any follow-up questions, you can unmute him as well. Yeah, you're spot on. He's spot on. Yes.
Cool. Narinder, if you want
Also
to unmute yourself.
do with on containers and Kubernetes if you're not doing, because a lot of these AI deployments or machine learning model deployment are running on containers and Kubernetes. That's why we added this bonus, because a lot of our employers are asking, if they see this, you go very far. Containers and Kubernetes, yes.
Great. Narinder, if you have any follow-up questions, you can raise your hand and we'll unmute you. Meanwhile, Atul, question from Ali. Could you please share information for PMP scope in AI? I am interested to it.
Okay, so there are two parts. One is actual doing PMP. We don't touch PMP, but what we do is we give you the whole. So there is a bonus if you see now. Not bonus is a whole thing. Project manager, program manager, AI for project manager, program manager. So where someone who is a project manager, program manager running an AI project, once you understand the basics, because it's important, because when you go to talk about when you're doing a project planning of AI project, you need to understand the concepts, terminologies which are you going to use in that plan. So think of it like you're building a house and you need to plan a house, end-to-end deployment, build a house. So you need to know how many, there's a room, there's a bedroom, there's a kitchen, there's this, there's that. So you understand, so you can put in a plan. You also need to know about who's going to work on that. There'll be an architect required. There'll be someone who's going to put bricks and lay down the bricks as well. Someone who's going to do your wardrobe, someone who's going to do, and the reason I'm telling you these examples, I'm doing my house, we are redoing the whole thing. So that's why I'm taking an example, but this is exactly what I have a project manager who's doing all this work for me. So same thing, you working as an AI project manager. So you need to understand all the things. What is LLMs, foundation models, RAG, LangChain, graphs, libraries, how do you deploy them, who does it, what, so that you can build your team and do. So we give you entire plan or project plan of some other implementations. Of course, can't give you the names and details, but we'll anonymize that and you get the whole plan, understand the whole thing implementation. So you go into the interview and say, oh, I'm a project manager, but I'm now have implemented AI project manager, AI-based projects. This is how we have done, right, from requirement gathering to the data part, data pipelines and AI pipelines, and end-to-end, the team who are going to do, and so on. Does it make sense? So I hope maybe I got too carried away, because this is what we're doing it for it. But uh, if you are a project manager, you will understand this, what I'm talking about. Okay, we don't teach you PMP, project management. We teach you how AI-based projects are being managed and run, and we give you the whole plan, and we bring an expert who is a project manager implementing AI project. As a
Great.
next
Next
is
question is from Aniket. Atul, do you assist in job placement as well?
absolutely. When I say placement assessment, so there are two things. One is people say, "Oh, can you give interviews on my behalf?" We don't do that, because it's if this is not sustainable. We don't hunt for you. We don't bring job for you. We teach you how to go and hunt, which means we're going to tell you step by step where to look for the jobs based on your background. So it'll be personal. There'll be an accountability person will teach you everything, right from how to look for the job, what are the look of the job portals, how to apply for those, how to prepare your resume, how to put your LinkedIn, how to attend those interviews. If you're not getting interview calls, what to do, how to handle that, how do you go and prepare your interviews, how do you the interview, what kind of interview questions you can expect, And any point in time, there'll be support, and of course, there'll be multiple sessions, all those things so that you get a result job or higher paid job, not just job, but higher paid job. And though more than what you're doing. So yes, absolutely. There's a whole crux of this in saying end result. Yeah.
Okay, next question is Atul from Tawfiq. ATS is saying ATS is now capable of finding out if a resume has been generated using AI. How to address this issue?
Good question. That's why I don't do generative AI, but then change wordings based on that. So there are multiple tools. So you're not going to pick up the AI and then write it as it is. So you're going to change. First of all, there's a formatting it can track. The wordings, the flow we can do. So there's another tool on top of AI. You can use that, but I would say use AI thing just for your getting inspirations. I still want you to change in your own wording so that human to human. And you're absolutely right. Forget about ATS compliant. Even if it's being passed through ATS, if I'm a human being, I can tell you whether you've written it from AI or not. It comes very, very easily. The wordings you'll use, the words you're going to use, and you'll be surprised. The less jargon you write, the more practical things you'll write, the better it'll be. And that's what we have seen in this. So you're not trying to impress in a manner by your jargons. You want to make it simple so that the person who's going to on the other side understand what you have done. And that's what you need to write. Those things we cover, all those things we cover. Absolutely. Spot on. Yeah.
Atul Sharma has a concern. He's saying your split
I
payment
saw
has
that.
interest rate of 25%.
No, okay. So I'll tell you now two things what happens for split. We want people to, so I think for those, someone is saying, okay, this is this you can that's why I'm saying majority of guys you can do on a credit card. So for me, what is your result? I can give you, if you know some things, I can give you result quickly, but don't go for installment. If you can afford, go for single payment. There are companies who can do, we're trying to work out, but unfortunately we have not um, on that 25% payment. Yeah, this is what it is. As I said, Shama, I paid similar things in past as well, and I'm paying a lot of those things. These days I can afford, so I pay in full. But unfortunately, we don't have any which is 0% or anything like that. Yeah.
Next question is from Mohammed. He's saying, I'm already doing other AI/ML programs, but I lack confidence to apply jobs. Even I'm doing labs and projects. How
Mohammed,
to build
unmute
the
yourself.
confidence?
Mohammed, unmute yourself and go to the guys you're learning from. Are they not doing the mock interviews? Ask them for to do the mock interviews. Okay, that's exactly what I'm saying. The problem is that you do the courses and programs, but if you will learn, but actual will be coming on interviews, and that's where the problem I saw myself. And when I was doing, and I see tons and tons of guys, we used to do the courses, we stopped doing the courses. This is just a go and attend because people don't get a result and they think, oh, they blame the program, whereas it's not. It's actually you need a lot of hand holding and support and guidance as well. Yeah. So unmute him if you can. Uh, is your whosoever you're learning from, are they not providing the mock interviews and preparation? If you can, otherwise, yeah. So I think that's challenge. So that's where the mock interviews will help. Come and attend a lot of interviews. If you're part of the program, I don't think you're our program. Otherwise, you probably will know this thing. Over to you, Amit.
Great. I have asked Mohammed to raise his hand. If he does, we'll unmute him. Parimala is asking, will this be a group training or it's based on the career path training?
Okay, so some topics will be group. Pretty much everything will be group, but some part, for example, these beginners and all those things will be group because whatever, but there'll be group of different guys. So group of here is a beginner level, here is a little bit more advanced, this is certification, this is interview, this is job, this is week. So you will be probably be meeting depending on what you're going through. It's never one-on-one because of two reasons. First of all, you when you learn in a group, you ask other people ask a lot of questions like the way right now are happening. You're learning from others question you never thought of possible. So you learn first of all. We also can bring more guys because each of our trainer cost unbelievable money, $300, $400 an hour. And you'll be surprised. And if you are someone who's expert, come and talk to me because finding a great expert on is who knows, not only know, a lot of guys who know, but they can't communicate that properly. So our trainers are all experts in domain who are doing, and they can get tons and tons of money by simply implementing. But we not only these are teachers who are implementing, no in and out, but also good in communication point. So they're pretty expensive. That's why I don't do one-on-one. It's not affordable. I still have a $12,000 program, which is just one-on-one. That too, we only limit number of seats and tokens as well. So we do have one-on-one, but I wouldn't recommend you. I don't think you'll need it. If you required, I would have given. That's why we give, but we give personalized interviews. When I say personalized interview, there'll be mock interviews for you, but maybe for two guys or depending on one guy. So mock interviews will be planned for you, but others will be there so you can listen. They can ask questions. They can have that way learn in a group. Unmute that lady or whosoever is that person. I forgot the name. So if they have follow-up questions, so reason explain why we are not doing one-on-one. Okay. It will
Okay,
kind of
Reza.
Parimala, if you have questions, yeah, unmute yourself if you. Do you understand what I'm saying when I say one-on-one? Is it'll be kind of a one-on-one mock interviews or resume preparation or things like that will be one specific to you, but there'll be other members who will be asking questions, why you doing this, why that, so they can learn as well. Okay, but these technical questions or topics will be for a group. That's why, but we limit number of members. Also, we make sure that every question being answered within the class, after the class, or before the next class. That's why we have doubt removal sessions as well. Yep.
Uh, Parimala, you can unmute
Oh, by the way,
yourself.
I forgot to mention big congratulations for the guys who have paid for these programs. So some of guys have paid. Make sure that you book an onboarding call. Shamshod, welcome to the program. I totally forgot to welcome these guys. Nirmit, welcome to the program. There are a lot of guys. Oh gosh, Amit, we should have welcomed these guys. So guys, there's a another one. Santosh, welcome to the program. Guys, what you need to do is as soon as I totally forgot on LinkedIn and the page, Amit, we need to refine this. Next, we need to go back to the on. So when you register in the program, you'll get a payment plan. We should have done those things. We'll do maybe next time. And then you'll get a onboarding book call, book a onboarding call. Also, there'll be someone walk you through on all those things. So you'll also get a WhatsApp group and links as well. Okay. It'll be good to see Amit. Yeah, over to you, Amit. Let's see.
We have Parimala lined up. Parimala, if you want to unmute yourself, you can do so now and we can talk.
Should I show someone? Maybe, but these are all sensitive users, Amit. I wanted to show behind the scene how does this portal look like, but it's okay. We'll
Hi,
put it, we'll record
We'll
Atul.
it.
do.
Hey, Parimela.
Hi. So the whole thing, the training program that you explained is really good. But my question is like, can I book some time like individually for my path, like what will best suit for me and with my experience? Can I book a separate call with question answer? Is that
With me or with
works
someone in my team?
with someone in your team who can help?
Yeah, so it's a like I think the trainer charges $250 or $300 an hour, and there's a little bit on admin fees, so $400 an hour. You can book and get a consultancy.
No, this is
I
to
think
join this program.
yeah,
To
Parimala, I
join
think
this
you
Oh,
have
program.
join the
had
program. Okay, join the program. There
Yes.
is a okay, yeah, understand. But then they will not give you
Yes.
the detailed path. Okay, I want you to make it very, very
Oh,
clear.
they won't give the detailed path.
Nah, so detailed path will be once you join the program. After that, you'll get it. If you already joined the program, we'll give you the detailed path. But if you're coming for free advice, there's no free lunches.
Okay. So if I get the path and if I'm not happy with the path, what, or like if I
You
want
have
to,
6 months.
the
You have six.
recommendation.
No, so you have 6 months. We'll get.
Uh-huh.
There's no reason why you shouldn't be. And sometimes people
Okay.
don't fail and then say, "Oh, I shouldn't be doing this." They don't realize this is what required. So that's why I'm
Yeah.
saying it's a 6 months money back guarantee.
Okay.
Got it? So path
Got
is
it.
we can talk, we can give you the guidance and say this is going to be working or not working. So for example, someone just now, I think someone is asking about something. So if you now is the opportunity, you ask me a question, I can tell you whether it's going to work or not. It's a free advice right now here for you.
Yep.
You got the point? But then
Yep.
they're going to give you, they're not going to give you something that's not going to work for you. Okay, they're going to put in a lot of effort and time into that. That's why these are, but after onboarding, we go detail. This is just to give you an idea about the book call. I just want to also make it clear. They're going to understand, guide you a good idea, brief idea about should I go for this program or that program, what is right for me, like that. But they're not going to create a detailed plan for you. Detailed plan is once you join the program, that's when you go and detail. Just wanted to make it clear so that you don't feel disappointed. Okay.
Thank you for the
No
clarification.
worries, Maripala. What's your do, by the way, Parimila? I'll give you free advice right now here, just because I'm
So
feeling good.
I
Yeah.
have like a 15 years of experience in IT with the .NET and Azure. So I want to expand my skill set in the AWS, Azure, and
Why?
also the uh,
Why?
the reason is maybe a new job or maybe more salary. Those are the two
What is
things.
more? What is more? News and how much salary hike?
Uh, maybe a 30
Too
to
low.
40. Mhm.
30. Okay, fine. 30 to 40, 40,
More.
40. Aim towards 50. Okay, then you'll get
Yes.
30. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now, why you want to go in AWS just out of curiosity? Why not just within Azure and go for up AI?
Yeah, definitely. I want to go only in Azure. If I'm able to, I can do that.
No,
If
so
I want
don't
to
limit.
get,
No. So again, that's what I'm saying. Never limit yourself. So I'm going to do this. I'm
yeah,
going to
that's
say,
what I'm saying. Like, I
okay,
don't want to
understood.
limit myself. I want to expand my skill set.
Hmm.
Maybe that will help in future also,
Best
to
thing I'll tell
find
you.
another
So
job too.
best thing I'll tell you now, and this is what I'll give you the advice as well inside the program as well. Go to what kind of a job in AI. Okay, especially you have a .NET experience, so you can pick up Python very quickly. So maybe do you want to do coding or you want to go on a high next level after coding?
Both coding and the next level.
Yeah, so you're going to continue with the coding as well, which is good. So go for Python. Look at AI developer. There's a AI 102, AI
Mm-hmm.
development. Go for AI development to begin with. Enter. Look at what. So rather than doing 100 things, go to the job portal. Where are you based in US or Canada? Or
US.
somewhere else, US. So go on wherever you want to work. There are a lot of remote jobs as well, and a lot of in-person, whatever you prefer. Go to the job portal, see whatever is your job salary right now, higher than that in AI,
Mm-hmm.
which jobs are there. Look at what the skills they're looking for and just learn that. Okay,
Okay.
and keep repeating that. Keep repeating that. Keep applying for the interviews till you hit that number. Okay, you'll get it eventually. You might take 1 year, 2 years, but you'll get it there. That's how I would suggest. So those who are coming for free advice. Okay.
Thank you.
All the best. Good luck. Anyone else, guys, please? Or Amit, should we wrap it up? Because I think it's like 2.5 hours now. I can go
Yeah,
on.
yes.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
one last question. I
sure.
did my Red Hat OpenShift certification yesterday. I want help to sort out LinkedIn.
Oh, is it, what is the game now? Is it the
John,
same person? No, John. Okay, so there's another person who did. So, John, are you inside the program? No,
I don't think so.
no, John. Is it the same person who raised the hand? John Kimethi.
No, I don't think so.
No, yes, I am the
Yeah.
one. Yes.
John, you finished, yeah? You. Because
Can
there's
you hear
someone.
me?
Yeah, I can. So, OpenShift.
Yeah, OpenShift is a Kubernetes actually. It's
I know, I know, I
Kubernetes.
know, I know. It's a OpenShift is a from now Red Hat now being acquired by IBM. So we do a OpenShift program as well. We used to do now. As I said, I'm focusing more and more other things. So what kind of a job you're going to do that? So OpenShift is mainly implemented on what do you call telecoms, and a lot of I see a lot of my clients who are in Germany, Europe, a lot of our clients who are using that OpenShift. So write down what you're doing, how you can help your client in OpenShift, and show advertise. There's a 13-point checklist. If you're inside the program, it will give you the whole thing. There's a predefined ChatGPT prompts to write your resume. Reach out to the employers, but your resume should speak like OpenShift and pretty much everything. Do you want to limit just your OpenShift, or you want to go open and say all the containers are Kubernetes? Because if you do OpenShift, I'm assuming you already know Kubernetes and other things as well.
No, I am good in Kubernetes actually. I'm not tied to Kubernetes to OpenShift. I'm good in Kubernetes and I'm
Yeah,
open to work in any continent. Yes.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So if you're done OpenShift, I'm assuming you also do Kubernetes, you also do containers and Kubernetes on cloud, EKS, AKS. Build a profile around that. Do you want to limit and then be open? I think you will earn a lot more on outside OpenShift, outside Kubernetes, outside the the applications that are using Kubernetes. You understand? Because just a Kubernetes or OpenShift market is very, very crowded. Had it been 2018, 19, that would have been super game changer. But now we are living in 2025. So OpenShift, Red Hat, OpenShift, or Kubernetes containers is very crowded market right now. But services that are using Kubernetes, like for example, as I said, machine learning deployment, they guys have no idea about what is containers and Kubernetes, how to run that Kubernetes based applications and so on. That you will do. I'm not saying you can't do good with just with the OpenShift or things. It's like a little bit more crowded market compared to on new markets. Make sense? But what you need to do, put your LinkedIn, update LinkedIn, and start reaching out to the companies, or start writing about, as I said earlier, one of the things which I gave you tips on here. If I let me go back on write down more things about OpenShift that you've been doing or have done, like this. You saw, like Joshua. Sorry, Eddie. Yeah, Joshua. Okay. So write down more and more things about what you've implemented or done, not just I've done the certification, because a lot of guys have done the certifications. Okay. But how you're using OpenShift or Kubernetes and containers to run your applications. Maybe you're doing CI/CD. Maybe you're doing deployment, uh, like automated deployment on Helm, Prometheus, Grafana, all those things on top of containers and Kubernetes. Right? Okay. Brilliant. Guys, yeah, so session is up. I'm going to send you the recordings and all those things. Session is pretty much, Divya, unless you have any questions, but we'll wrap it up. There is still a lot of questions unanswered. I mean, there are a lot of questions which are inside the session, previous sessions, which we have not picked any of those. We already done 2.5. So what I'm going to do is we're going to send the replay for everyone. We're also going to send the other questions. I'm going to record other questions. We've already done 2 back in, I think, February, March, April, or the last years. So we're going to share those as well with you guys on recordings and this one, and then plus other ones as well. Big congratulations. And thank you for those who, I think, joined the program. But those who are not still thinking, go and apply by going to ketonacademy.com/apply. If you have any questions, do let my team know. And yeah, so this is the apply URL. Yeah, that's pretty much Amit from my side. Thank you very much, guys, for being sport. Just give me out of 1 to 5. Are you happy? Did you get or some of your questions, if not all? And if let me know, please. Let me pick up display settings, duplicate effort. Yeah, 5. Thank you very much, Francis. Thank you very much. Sashidhar will take one more question. Can you unmute Sashidhar?
Just a second.
Sashi, if you're okay too, because I wanted to understand a couple of things. Yes, Shashi.
Yeah. Good
Okay.
evening. Good evening,
Hey,
Atul.
yeah.
Are you able to hear me?
Loud and clear. Superb.
Yeah. I am with K21 since from 2016 or 17. I learned. I am not from the computer background initially, and I learned so many good things from K21.
Why are you coming so late, man? You should have come. We should have unmuted you the first one. We should have unmuted you first one. Thank you for believing and trusting on us. Yeah, go ahead and tell me. Yeah.
And I'm in a better position right now with Oracle, whatever K21 has taught me from foundation and Oracle DBA stuff. Super. And Oracle Cloud and Oracle EBS and all those things I have learned from the K21 only.
Thank you.
And later I migrated from the OCI to the AWS.
Superb. So you're the one. Great. So I did the same thing, AWS, OCI to Azure and AWS and multi-cloud. But okay, so now you're doing a little bit of OCI, but you're also doing AWS and other things as well. And you've done AWS and Azure certification, correct?
Yeah, with the faculties like diamonds you have, I was able to complete my AWS certification also.
Thank you.
And other marvelous faculties you have in the Azure, with the blessings of that faculty also, I was able to complete my Azure certification also recently.
Superb, superb. So now I think the first and most important is if you need clarity, you can always book a call. So you go and people will give you the whole detailed plan. So I just need so you have a course completion form or something, you reach out to, the channel. I'm not going to reveal it for everyone here right now, but after this call, my team will reach out to you or just reach out message. Amit, can you do one-on-one message to Shashi? But Shashi, how to reach out to support, just email on that and open a ticket and say, I need that complete roadmap. We'll tell you, understand. But my view is that what is the next aim goal? You want a salary hike? You want a job change? What exactly you're aiming towards now next? So I can tell you accordingly.
I'm looking AI ML. I want to travel towards the AML and reach my destiny.
Okay, understood. So make a goal, and then for AI ML, what you should be doing is then again, you can chalk out what is the end game going to be. So we'll list down, we follow the same principle. And if we started progress diary, I think you probably are already familiar. If not, look at the progress diary. What you're going to do is, let me talk about from an AI ML point of view. Because you already program, you already know these things. So you'll be beginning with on two ways you can do and say, I'm looking for a job change. So we'll teach you from a job focus. I want to do certification. I'll teach you from a certification focus. Where you want to focus on? Job focus or certification focus?
Certification focus.
Okay, so then within certification, you begin with AI practitioner in AWS. Okay, on Microsoft Azure, you have AI 900 and AI 102. Those focus AI 900, which is AI. So you have two parts. One is you can go for AI or data science or you call machine learning. So if you go for machine learning, you go for DP 100. If you go for AI 900, AI 102. AI 900 will be good starting point. Also from a Microsoft AWS, from an AI practitioner, AI foundation, um, AI practitioner, and then there's a machine learning associate. Specialist is very too big for you right now. We'll do specialist later. We'll open update in your progress diary. I'll create a separate video for you separately. We'll go a little bit deeper for you. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well done. Thank you very much. You came very late, man. You should have come a little early, but thank you. And thanks for believing and trusting, and thanks for giving me the confidence. As I said, is for me, objective is always making sure that we give the best program and right thing,
Yeah.
and making sure that result, most important is result for everyone.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I want to leave a small bottom line before I am leaving the call. Finding the right faculties and finding the right people in this IT industry is finding like a needle in the haystack, Atul. But once anybody, whoever is not ready and where they can find out all these one-stop shop. K21 is a one-stop shop where you can find excellent faculties in the Azure, excellent faculties in the AWS, excellent faculties in the Oracle. I find that this shop is my shop, like one-stop shop. K21 is my stop shop. That's what I believe in until today, and I will keep going with my AIML. That's what I want to iterate it before I am getting down from this call. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for providing such a trustworthy org and trustworthy faculties for us.
Means a lot to me, Shashi. How long you been with us? Like 2006. I'm really chugged now. When did you start journey?
I
When
started a while back, like around 2016.
when was the
16.
Oracle? I should do Oracle DB and those things. Is it
Yes, sir.
or OCI?
Yes, sir. OCA. From OCA I started.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, this is the good old days. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Means like you made me nostalgic now. Yeah, thank you very much, and means a lot to me and inspire me and the entire team to do wonders. Like, thank you very, very much. Yeah,
Thank
made
you.
my day. Okay, it was well worth. Thank you, everyone. As I said, we'll be sharing recording. More things are coming, so stay tuned. And yeah, Amit, big thank you and everyone, Amit and team, everyone for helping and supporting me, and Kainath and everyone. Take care and bye for now, guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Amit, how do I stop this now? It will help me.
We'll do it. We'll do it, Atul. Thank you.
Okay.